Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5. I'm Joe, your game master for this evening, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Olive, Kara, and Ari. Sorry.
Rude.
It's a lot of names now. Thank you for joining us. This is our Starfinder campaign. Space Western space opera, definitely inspired by things like Cowboy Bebop, A Mission to Zix, a couple others. Before we get started, there is a couple of announcements. First of all, excuse me. First of all, we do have a website, albronrpg.com. It's been updated pretty recently. Some of our players discovered that it is updated every week with a couple of things based on different requests and things that are submitted. You're looking for more of the stickers.
I keep forgetting to look before games.
There is no more stickers. I haven't put them up. I owe you 7 more now. So.
7?
I did so much last game.
Yep, I know.
So, yeah, my parents and John were fighting.
So much.
So that alludes to the next thing. We have channel points, and by spending those channel points, you can use or interact with the channel in a variety of ways, one of which is the hashtag junkfalls will always be junk. Doing that each time contributes to a general fund that will support the Ahsoki uprising movement in Junk Falls. It's already manifested in real ways around the studio. There are a few little stickers that are kind of scattered around. There are more things that are coming. There are 7 more stickers that need to be put up. But additionally, there are in-game changes that are happening as well. You all already know that there was a new hydrolysis machine purchased for your family, but there are other changes coming. So you can use your channel points for that. Bits are Twitch's virtual currency. You can use those to support Mosaic Team 5 in a very real way. Donating bits can unlock a couple of things in-game. A couple of bits will unlock ammo that can be sent to the group. It can unlock refueling. A little bit more can do things like dispatch special weapons. That was done early on in this campaign and actually proved pretty crucial. I know, for instance, if something like that were to happen, we could definitely get your medical bay there a lot faster. Man, I'm having trouble with my voice today.
Oh yeah, we're doing a thing.
You guys are doing a thing.
While some people weren't doing much,
Well, they were doing each other.
yeah.
So. What?
Which is specifically not doing a thing.
We have unless it was an Android involved.
Right.
Question mark.
What?
Anyhow, bits can be used for a whole bunch of different things.
That wasn't even me. You did that. That was your joke.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think Gibbs has a theory that Bubs is an android. True facts.
I know.
Gibbs has this theory.
I feel like Spice would have found that out.
Anyhow, we'll get to that during the recap. Bits can be donated to unlock a variety of different rewards, including things like hastening the delivery of the med bay, which you ordered and is currently in process through Mosaic Team 5. We also have a number of different social media accounts. The Instagram one is the one that you really want to check out, at @AlbronRPG. We have a whole bunch of different maps and things like that. You can actually see our ship, which is painted and miniaturized. There's a small dog in there as well, although that is not that's a temporary model. The current one isn't shipped yet.
Oh, he looks.
Yeah, he's way more angry than your little dog. But for that kind of stuff, you can see it.
The cockpit does.
You can see it much better on Instagram at @AlbronRPG. And then finally, or not finally, next week. Or sorry, not next week. Tomorrow we have Adventures in Albron, our 5th edition D&D campaign, session 112. That is going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then finally, Sirenscape is a digital tool set that we use to play a whole bunch of different sound effects, music, and explosions. Right now is the magic of spaceflight, but you can add any music that you want. That is Sirenscape, so check that out.
We do our own ship sounds.
We do our own ship sounds. But with that, I can get us into our recap. Oh, look at our little theme song. Thank you to Arcane Anthems for this theme song. So, Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, you met Echo, an android operative who was dispatched by Peep when you guys went radio dark for over 2 hours. Echo, you were introduced to your new team, a certainly motley assortment of individuals who, upon meeting you, didn't really catch you up on anything that happened.
Gibbs spent 3 days talking to her.
You watched as they pulled apart a corpse and then kind of looted a laboratory, but afterwards, all of you left, returned to the ship, and everybody promptly abandoned you in the cargo hold, everybody going about their various tasks. Shade, you recovered data from a flash drive in the Chichawik Genetic Solutions Laboratory that included information about Bub's past. including several special operation names and descriptions from covert GPF task forces. Let me just turn that down real quick. Gibbs, you stole a slew of office supplies, pens, staplers, many things with several ulterior motives in mind. But pleased with all of your work freeing hostages, you were granted access to Tvitchkik Wantabin, a Shiran weapons dealer who was able to give you, most of you, upgrades in your weapons and armor. Some of you being more successful in your negotiations than others. Spice, you managed to intimidate your way into gaining a powerful sniper rifle,
It's
a
true.
remnant of the Vesk War, and probably not something you want to have found on your person. But with your new weapons, you all boarded your vessel and dropped into the drift. Bubs, upon returning to the armory, you found Spice in a thin gold slip, laid out seductively on the mattress you sleep on in front of a wall of guns. As she comforted you, taking the opportunity to interact with the field that surrounds you, you told her that for as long as you could remember, you couldn't taste, couldn't smell, could hardly feel. Shade, while that happened, you set your standard 6-day course through the drift. Spice, you used every available minute of that time trying to make Bubs feel.
Good wingman action.
The armory was marked D&D by Gibbs. Do not disturb. Gibbs, you kept busy, and as you attempted to request 3 months of rations for 10 people, you found your request sidetracked to public image management. You found that Nazma, the public image manager, had found out about your campaign. And in allegiance with your thoughts and feelings on the politics of the matter, he agreed to help you without raising too many flags at Mosaic. You also oriented Echo to the ship, and likely saved her blue-lensed eyes from witnessing the continued athletic exploits of Spice and Bubs in the armory on more than one occasion. Shade, you primarily took care of Squeaky the Corgi, Bub's new pet, now slightly abandoned in the cockpit. Echo, you took the last hour as you now all approach this jungle planet of Tashan to shore up the ship's defenses. And as you did this, noting even more peculiar elements of the systems, the speaker overhead opened up for the second time this campaign. And that is where we're going to begin for this evening. Give me just one moment.
Nice job accomplishing what we've all ignored.
Oh wait, is this our art?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I also had a chance to actually build your sculpture. I think you just broke
destroyed
it.
it.
That's all right.
Wow.
It's okay. I just built
lasted
a
5
sculpture. Just go ahead and break it.
This is a little elbow grease will fix it
There
right
you
up.
go. I think people probably at least got to see it in the combat camera once. But that's all right.
Put it back on. Just gotta get this dried up glue really pressed on there.
As your ship progresses through the drift, and you can see on the countdown that hangs over many of the screens, you have maybe 15 minutes left before you descend from the drift into the world of Tashen below. At this moment, Echo, you, Shade, and Gibbs are all crowded into this makeshift medical bay. The floor clean for Gibbs, although for you, only having known her for a few days, it's a messy room. There are little springs from pens all over the floor. You see this Roomba wrapped in tape. Not a sponsor. But as you fiddle around with this computer and as you look through the different nodes, you can see there are hidden systems. There's more there. There's this distinct absence of data. And as you begin to manipulate elements of this node, you hear the voice from overhead say, "I wouldn't do that if I were you, Echo. There are some nasty countermeasures, including a neural deactivation response. What can I help you with, Echo?"
Hello. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that anyone else was using this ship's systems. How may I address you?
Well, Mosaic Shuttle 5, or you could call me the director.
Well, Director, I would appreciate it if we could firm up some of our security systems. They seem to be a little bit lax.
Make a persuasion check.
First roll of the session.
Please be good.
You can do it.
I'm an android. I don't know.
You're talking to a robot. You are a robot.
What would persuasion be?
Diplomacy.
Sorry, diplomacy, yeah.
Oh,
13.
13.
That's better than,
13. I have a
better than
minus
the
1.
average for androids. I'd say.
I'm probably going to waffle on this accent a little bit because I haven't done it before, so it'll eventually sink in. We've got all the countermeasure. Gosh. I'm going to go English and then eventually I'll
Going
sink in.
fucking in fucking Bruges.
Yeah, there you go. We've got all the countermeasures that you need. We'll be fine. Thank you, Echo.
Apologies for messing with your systems.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, so
Oh,
this
we
is
hear this?
overhead.
Oh, okay.
You can hear this on this little, and as you look up, you can see, and I believe it's actually on the ship. There is a little intercom in several of the rooms. Yeah.
That's the hatch bay panel.
Yes.
So everyone in the ship hears it?
No, so this is playing to this room.
Okay.
Yes.
So the three of us.
And arguably, even if it was playing over the intercom, you may not hear it, Bubs. That being said, the three of you all hear this. You can see for the first time this ship speaking.
Director,
Yes, Gibbs.
play Mumbo number 5, please.
Not a sponsor. There's a brief moment where it seems as if the ship almost hums and ticks, and then for all of you,
3, 4, 5.
for all of you on the overhead, you hear this hiss and pop before classical music begins to play over the loudspeaker.
Classical.
You hear an old Earth composer, Lou Vega. And the piece, Mumbo number 5, Human Heritage piece.
Yeah.
But it begins to play on this kind of loudspeaker over every room. Very electronic sounding. Let me see if there's anything more. Mumbo number 5.
This is like the Roomba I keep tearing apart and putting back together.
You mean Alexa?
Yeah. Alexa the Roomba. Alexa the disc I ride on and cleans my
Yes.
floor. I don't know.
You can
one
see
right
as
there.
you say the actual word, the little dark blue disc rattles slightly, but not put together enough. Doesn't
Yeah.
really activate.
That's neat. You're like, so are you like, there's 2 of you, or you brought this with you, right? This thing?
No, it appears it was already part of your ship. Did you not know about this?
Well, Shay's more the ship person. I'm more of the person.
She just kind of like looks down.
Have you not talked to the ship before?
He's just like, how the fuck did I miss this?
Wait, didn't
Literally
Bubs
spent.
mention something? When you were saving me in the drift.
Oh, I couldn't hear him because I was in the vacuum of space.
No, I know, but when we got back, the only way that the director saved Bubs saving us. Director, did
I don't
you?
think Shade was aware
he mentioned
of
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He
Well-
briefly, you asked him how he piloted the ship, and he was like, I heard a voice, and then I did it, and I'm great. And then we all was like, yeah, Bub's great, and he's not great.
Oh, I think Shade had just assumed like, oh, so it was like
Him talking to himself
his,
like he
like,
normally does.
Having a
internal
mental
voice
breakdown.
of being like, you got this, bub.
He does do that a lot.
A flow in the water is just an opportunity to work downstream. Star in the sky is just a chance to shine.
Cool.
Yay.
Well, now's your chance. You guys can you could ask it about before us times, right? You could ask it to go faster. You could maybe it can automate the coffee machine in the break room because like the
coffee
button's a little
machine is
sticky.
already automated. Do you not know how to use the automation features, Gibbs?
I usually just pour water in, and then water comes out. Every so often, it comes out coffee. I don't know why.
That's probably because of the automation features. You shouldn't have to put water in.
Okay, well,
We might want to investigate if the coffee maker is damaged.
it definitely is. Definitely the coffee maker's fault. The button is in fact sticky.
Water does not go well in electronic devices.
Water is
You know,
sticky.
and guns too, they told me. Apparently, when you clean your guns between missions, they don't mean with soap and water, they mean with, like, washcloths and oil. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Most people
Now
know
I
that.
just pile them outside the door of the armory, and then Bubs returns them clean at some point later.
I apologize for the criticism I have directed in your direction. It appears it was unwarranted.
but it's still broken.
It appears you have a difficult team to work with.
A difficult team to work with.
Yes.
I start typing on my phone.
Okay.
I'm bored with this situation. There's 3 AIs in the room, and none of them are sympathetic to me and my problems.
There you go.
AIs. We got feelings and emotions.
They're just really deep in there somewhere.
As far
Like
as
a
Giz is concerned.
angsty teen.
All androids are angsty teens. It's canonical.
Now we have 4 angsty teams on ship.
Perfect.
I was the original angsty teen of this one.
That's a good point,
What
actually.
if everyone around you is an android?
Gibbs is kind of feeling that thought, you know? Like, being the goodest of the good, Gibbs' like personal blog is like, the fuck is these people? Like, why is this happening to me?
Paranoid delusions.
But I start typing a text, seeing the ticker time down, you know, we've got 5 minutes to go, and
Absolutely.
I open my text messages, and I've got one drafted to Theron.
Daddy.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus the Theron.
Farron.
Whatever. It's in my phone backwards. The words are reversed, but
Sure.
it's fine. And I like let them talk over me, and I'm gonna just kind of sit back and noodle on this for a little bit. But ultimately, I am going to delete the message,
Okay.
and copy and paste it, and send it to Nazma, saying, "Thanks for the hydraulic thingy. Everyone's happy with it. Could you... Are guns in your wheelhouse? Guns specifically for tanks? Question mark. Face.
Okay. Okay. You send that message,
With a cat gif.
of course.
Yeah.
That happens. We'll get back to that. For the rest of you, is there anything that you want to do before you drop out of the drift? Yes, Spice.
Spice is going to text Lydell, and she's just gonna say, about those crates, ...
Sure. You send that text, and almost immediately you see those dots pop back up, and he responds, Spice, that was a couple days ago. I moved on, and you should too. But if you ever are back in the Eclipse Mall, maybe we could work something out.
She says, righto.
There you go. Anybody else?
Oh. Okay, well, she responds, again, do you know anything about shade, question mark?
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, I would love to. Let me make sure I don't dump
I'm
this.
going to go feed the dog before we disembark.
Oh,
Oof.
well,
And
13?
thus it remains a secret.
He responds, I don't know anything about a shade. Sorry.
okay, she doesn't say anything.
Sure. You feed the dog. The
I'm
dog is
gonna like
happy.
leave him a little, you know, because I feel like we've bonded after the 6 days in the cockpit. So I'm gonna like leave him a spread for however long we're gonna be gone.
Okay, sure.
Do you guys come out at some point, like before the timer ticks down? Just curious.
No,
5, 4, 3, 2,
Just open
1.
a huge fog of sweat.
sweat.
Grossness.
All right, let's go.
Both of them are naked as they walk out.
I need some water.
There's some stuff I do want to do. In the group chat, I just want to send the information about what I got from the USB
Okay,
to everyone, just to keep them updated.
sure.
For Ariana, what was that?
The stuff that I gave. Well,
Oh, so you sent like a personal...
Yeah, it's like the Fantastic Four as we
Right.
so far kind of pet named it.
oh, I mean it's 5, but okay.
5.
Fantastic Five. Okay.
The Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And also Bubs.
So you send out this text, and it includes all 5 of the case files, and then also the individuals that are associated with
the cliff notes.
Second HUD.
'Cause
Second HUD.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave
Second
you the
floor.
USB, did I?
No, but I'm sure I wrote
flash
down
drive.
some of the information from
Yeah.
memory and stuff.
It definitely sticks in your mind. It's a
Yeah.
vivid memory.
And I have the information still.
You get back like a GIF, and it's one of those like sloth aliens, and it's hanging on a branch, and it says, "Just hang in there." Back from Gibbs.
Perfect. That's what happens.
Shade responds, I already know this. I gave you that information.
And after I do that, I think I'm gonna start actually like cleaning myself.
Okay.
And just getting ready.
Thank God.
And I'll probably, I'll walk over to where's the restroom in this?
There's several, but they're the closest
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
And I'll go and
There.
probably just like splash some water in my face, and I'll stare at myself, and I'll think about what just happened, and I'll think, what about on the date when Spice said Julian? Like, where does he fit in? And what happens if something happens to me? Would I just be like that? Would I become a Julian if I die?
Probably.
And that's it. I just wash my face and I put on a happy face and I go back to the room and get dressed.
Okay, yeah. Some sobering thoughts, but as you go back, right as you open the door, you can see the clock ticking down to 0. There is no change in momentum as you exit the drift, but for you, Shade, if you're in the cockpit, you see all of a sudden the clouds almost flicker and then vanish, replaced by millions of points of light. You're just back into space. In front of you, taking up the majority of your view screen, you can see the dark green planet of Tashen, with the southern hemisphere dominated by the Crixus Mud Ocean, this dark, roiling, almost similar to like the eye in Jupiter, but even from this height, you can see this is liquid, almost waves of mud. You can see there is elements of water, little streams and rivulets of blue that cut through the trees, but most of this planet is dominated by forest. Now you can see the timer above your screen now says 0. You have arrived at Tashen. What would you all like to do?
Gibbs, once everyone's collected, passes out the med kits that she got from Echo, but you can tell that they've been tampered with. And if you open them up, you can tell because she took a Sharpie and crossed off med kit and wrote Gibbs's med kit on it and gave one each of you. And then inside, it's your normal med kit. It's got a plastic baggie with a little gauze with a little bit of Gibbs juice in it. And also, each of the packets has 1 ration in it, courtesy of Gibbs's personal supply.
Like one of the pucks.
Yeah.
Aw.
So you packed lunch for everybody?
Yeah.
That's
little
adorable.
dog
Lunch
bag.
and a little
So you
cotton
guys
ball
all
full
get
of ooze.
a med kit with a ration. It's just a med kit with a ration is really what it is.
The
But,
worst Lunchable I've ever had.
yeah, well, fuck off. It's going to save your life someday.
It's a great Lunchable, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking.
But this is from, like, the 2
Pizzas
weeks
were,
of
like,
rations
fucking-
that Gibbs personally keeps. She's now down to a week.
Are these basic med kits or advanced med kits?
These are
These are
basic med-
Gibbs special
Okay.
med
Yeah.
kits.
So they're, like,
Made with
medium
love.
med kits now. Because they come
Slightly
with a
less than basic now.
So.
Oh, these are pretty good still.
Yeah,
So-
no, they're great.
But there's only 4 of them, so each of you, including you, Echo, get 1. Because I actually have my
I
own
believe
already.
they only
You
heal
are a med kit, essentially.
HP.
Squeaks.
Yeah, only HP.
Only HP.
Just like the rest of Gibbs. That's why it functions that way. She can only do HP.
So, no problem.
I'm gonna get the ship landed.
Okay,
Start the landing procedures.
sure. So you begin to look for someplace to land. And as you go to begin conducting your kind of preliminary scans, there is this brief chime in the computer alerting you that there is another presence.
Beep beep boop beep boop beep.
Exactly like that. It's the exact sound. Suddenly, as these chimes die down, you see a new ship appear, kind of on the radar. It has a registration of the name Solar Wind Song. Give me 1 minute here. Where are we about to show?
Solar Wind Song.
The Solar Winds Song.
Not sponsored.
Not Solar Wind Song.
Is that a thing?
That's
Solar Winds is like a IT tool. It's super boring.
Solar winds are a thing.
Solar
Wind song is a thing, I think.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Solar Winds is the thing.
And solar wind thing, song thing.
Now all
song,
together.
Shade. There you go. You see, as you answer your comms, all of a sudden popping up in the cockpit view screen. If any of the rest of you are in the cockpit, you can see this as well.
Squeak is.
So
Gibbs.
you and Squeak are definitely seeing this. Gibbs as well.
Where are you?
Yeah, Echo would be in the cockpit.
I figure we're a group of 3 for now.
Sure.
So pretty much everyone is in the cockpit.
There you go.
All 4 seats are
Bubs.
taken except for the couple who coupled off.
The person who appears on your viewport is humanoid, generally speaking, although their skin, as first that you see it, not really skin. As the light adjusts and the camera sharpens, you can see it's actually thousands of fibrous vines with soft moss, gold green, the color of grass when the setting sun hits it, that coats much of the interior of those fibers. Around her sleeveless arms, there are these foot-long fern leaves that shroud her shoulders and upper arms. Her face looks incredibly humanoid, but as she turns a little bit, you can see it is a mask of several hundred tiny flowers that grow from this moss, ranging from white to soft pink. And as she smiles, you can see it's as if some of these petals turn to make them a little bit more pink, and it almost warms her face. For those of you who have experienced them before, this is a species called a goron. But she sort of looks at the accumulated people who are Shade, Gibbs, and Echo.
and Squeaks.
And Squeaks, okay, the little dog.
Was it Squeak or Squeaks?
This is the
Squeaky.
This is Rose Lashwind of the Solar Wind Song, hailing Mosaic Shuttle 5. Might be a bit big for a shuttle, don't you think?
Yes.
Sorry. It's a like nomenclature we adopted. Wasn't really our
What was
idea.
I imagine that you're here for the same bounty as I am. I'll warn you, Tashan is a dangerous place for you meat life forms. Are you sure you want to go? You can see the ship drifting a little bit almost alongside and turning. You can see it's like a tiny fighter ship. It looks almost like a W faced forward, and so the 2 points almost serving as wings. You can see maybe lasers or something similar.
I think I would like to enact my, my profession? No, not my profession, my background
You tell me.
feature. Reducing the DC of a culture check to recall knowledge about starship and vehicle models and parts, as well as famous pilots.
Yeah, do it. It's a culture check.
real quick? What was the name of this Aragon?
Rose Lashwind.
Thank you.
Yes. And it's a Goron. G-H-O-R-A-N.
Isn't Nazma a Goron?
No, he's a different species.
Yeah.
He's more like coral almost.
Oh,
in terms
okay.
of
What is his
body
species
structure.
name? I was actually wondering.
I can't remember off the top
Okay.
of my head. I'll have to go back and look.
That was an 18.
Copaxi, actually. That's what it's called. Yeah. What?
18 culture.
Okay. The Solar Wind Song, this is a non-humanoid ship, not something that you've ever seen before, actually. This is definitely a Goronian ship, not something that you're familiar with.
Okay.
When you look at the lasers, you're actually no longer sure that they are. Now that you see them, they seem like they might be a bit more exotic and maybe even organic in nature.
And the name isn't like a famous pilot, because she's presumably another bounty hunter, right?
I would say that with that check, you imagine that she is probably a bounty hunter. It kind of rings a bell in circles sort of similar to your own, probably, but not too much.
Do I have a sense that the answer to our question is going to escalate this to violence? Based on... 'cause she
Make a sense motive check.
Thank you.
Yeah.
16 plus 11 is 27.
Nice.
Not really. So as she pulls alongside, you can see the ship sort of keeping pace with yours. It's definitely capable of going faster. And so this is almost conversational in nature. You're pretty new to bounty hunting, but there is almost like a like an office kind of tone that is to this. This is a little bit playful at the moment, but also, you know, if you guys can turn around and she could take this bounty, that's probably pretty okay.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a try. Give it the good old college try, as they say. Hope to see you down there, you know?
Well, feel free to land alongside me, but make sure that you wear a mask.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I appreciate it.
Of course. And suddenly, you hear this other chime, and behind you, you see this as the drift opens up. A very familiar ship bursts from
The Chattington.
the Chattington.
Number
Dark
2.
green metallic ship, a large tentacle wrapped around one of the rear-facing wings. It stretches from the drift before you hear this kind of and then rips. The Chatitude 2 rockets from the drift, just kind of escaping as it closes behind.
This guy like compensating for something with his big ship?
We got a sense motive check to find out, man.
Suddenly, this ship also pulls up alongside, and for just a moment, Shade, as you look out, alarmingly close is the Chatitude 2. You can actually see him through the viewpoint. He is just, you see like blonde hair, dyed red actually on one side, kind of flopping down. He's wearing a metallic green trench coat, bare-chested. And I would say, actually, for you, now seeing him up close and not just in this... Or actually, you didn't see the clip that Bub saw. But for the first time really seeing him, he is not a human. This is an android. You see mechanical eye, and actually, as you glance over and he almost kind of bumps into your ship, you can see fully mechanical from the waist down.
Definitely compensating
arms.
for something then.
With your open channel, suddenly he bursts in. All of you see him now on the viewport, almost kind of like shoving over Rose Lashman's image. Damn, those alien bastards are gonna pay. All of you should stay back unless you want to watch a pro do some work. He just terminates the signal, and you see suddenly this ship and just take off, descending into the green below. At this, Rose says, I tell you what, I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's not
can
fun.
understand
He
why.
turned away from the last bounty we were at, so we know he's nothing good.
I think I can take him alone, but if push comes to shove, I'd rather split the bounty than let him get it. I'll see you down there. She terminates the communication, and you see almost opposite. She dips down and disappears into the green. Both of them, you notice, Shade, head to roughly the same area. And as you get closer to the planet, you can see the green transition more to like a green-yellow. And then as you get closer, piercing the atmosphere and bypassing the clouds, you see almost this huge field of yellow flowers. Almost endless. These huge peaks of mountains of yellow rise from the green. And you can see here the jungle is very tropical. Almost palm trees, and you can see below these bursts of flowers, brightly colored all throughout the kind of underbrush. But the thing that really sticks out are these peaks of yellow flowers, and they have these very flat tops, almost like mesas, and it is there that you can see on one, the Solar Wind Songlands, on another, maybe 200 feet away, the Chatitude 2, and they kind of dot and pierce the landscape, and are wide enough so that if you want, you could park on any of them, either alongside one of those bounty hunters, or by
probably
yourself.
Park on the one next to the Solar Wind Song.
Sure, no problem.
You know, kind of like keep it in the sequential order that we've seemed to begin with this parking lot of flowered plateaus.
Okay. So you can see the way that it kind of, you want to be on a separate plateau or the same one?
I think separate plateau.
No
Yeah.
problem.
But yeah, the one closest to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably another 200 feet separate you from that next plateau, and there are just trees beneath you. You would imagine like you could put up a pretty sweet zip lining setup here from like peak to peak, mesa to mesa, over these jungles. But you can see Rose Lashman's ship maybe 200 feet away, and then just beyond hers, maybe another 160 feet, you would assume the Chatitude 2 still resting in its place. Where you land, it is relatively smooth, and as you look at the computers and the screens that come up, the atmosphere out there, relatively breathable. For a terrestrial creature, enough oxygen, it's not toxic, but still all the same, the computer alerts you. There are toxins in the air, at least in this region.
Bubs, Spice,
Yeah,
you hear
I'm
that?
gonna
Anyone who
Ping
breathes air.
the whole ship.
Okay.
Do they?
See if they
yeah,
answer.
I guess I do hear
I think
that.
you probably do it on the comms and we hear that.
I make the intercom go, and I ask the director to give me a background flourish of trumpets, please.
Okay. For all of you, I wish I had trumpets loaded. For all of you, suddenly you hear, and then like dead air for a second, and then Gibbs.
If you breathe air and you're not an android and your name's is Bubs and Spice or Squeaksies, please put on your masks and fish bowls.
Arf!
And I put on my mask and fish bowl.
And I'm gonna turn to Spice. I think that's us, and I'm gonna put on my helmet. and then put like the visor up so I can still talk. And in Bub's mind, he's trying to like feel like suss out what this is between me and
Are you wearing
Spice.
armor too?
Yeah, I was getting my armor as I was talking.
Completely nude.
Just the
Yeah.
space helmet.
Bub's just trying to like feel out.
this
Is
weekend
doing
he's worn
anything
that.
for you?
He's trying to like feel out and like suss out like what just happened in these 6 days, and just he knows what he wants in his heart of hearts, but he wants to play it cool, you know, like how Bubs wants to be cool. So he's gonna go to Spice and like, this doesn't change anything, right?
Of course not, Bubby. What would change?
Right. Yeah. Why would anything change? So let's get going then. We have a bounty to catch.
And she is naked, and she just puts the helmet on.
Fantastic.
There's only a pounding on the door as I walk by to get to the airlock with Jade and I assume Echo.
Yeah, I'd probably like start preparing
All right.
final pats to Squeak, who I've become weirdly fond of over the last week.
Okay. Yeah.
Much better traveling companion than some of the other
You're a
crewmates.
dick.
He's quiet. And cleaner.
He's quiet.
Oh, I was not talking about Gibbs.
I wasn't either. So he just kind of like barks a little bit at you, and as you begin to walk away, he follows you for sure. You get the sense that he's going to continue to follow you.
I'm training him. I'm gonna stay. This is
Okay.
where we're
Make a survival
training.
check.
Jeez, am I even?
Oh, train the
Glasses
dog in survival
include-
checks.
No, unfortunately.
that's
yeah.
Cocked. I keep getting. Ooh, okay. 18.
Just sits.
Give him a treat before I go because he stayed.
Barks and begins to eat it, and you can see a little tiny tail wagging behind.
Nice.
Little nub.
That's how you train him.
Those rations, though.
What?
Dogs gotta eat.
I've left adequate food for while we're gone.
Oh, okay. And I walk away. I don't like it.
There you go.
As people are
Consuming
like
rations.
walking through the hallway and feeding dogs, and so I think I'm probably gonna come out.
I've also left the
cockpit.
food for him in the cockpit.
Okay.
So that it's, yeah.
Ooh.
Positive
So that-
feelings in the
He's
cockpit.
associating with
I
all the
like
food.
that.
And so that if anyone comes into the cockpit that's not one of us, he might be able to like
Drive the car.
bite them or something.
He is a corgi. He's not like a.
No,
You
no,
guys have
he's
a lot of options.
he's probably more likely to like
Corgis
hop
herd.
up on their lap or something if someone walked in, just be like, "Oh, new friend."
Right.
We'll find out. So, no problem. You feed and train this corgi slightly. Bubs, you exit the armory.
Yeah.
And
I'll probably walk in the cockpit and just give my regards to everyone.
Hey, long time no see.
Oh, no, yeah, hi.
Hi. It's nice to see you.
Bubs, you appear significantly dehydrated. Are you drinking adequate fluids?
Oh, well, I am drinking a lot of fluids, but that's a good point. I definitely should have.
All right. You're okay. It's okay.
And my face is just gonna get like really red. And you can like kind of see it through the visor, but it's kind of hard.
Well, we've got a bounty. The group text has been active with the stuff that's going on.
Walk to the kitchen, come back with a water bottle for him.
So we're just getting going then. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we're bounty hunters. Let's bounty.
Hunt. Yeah. I walk out. I'm done with this
Okay.
ship shit. We've been
No
here for 6
problem.
days.
Shade's like, Bubs is acting very strange. I wonder why.
Spice is gonna come out only with the helmet on and maybe like a towel draped over her bottom half, and she's gonna go, Gibbs, can you come zip me up? And she's like, Gibbs. She like shoots you a look.
Yeah. I go over.
through the helmet.
Yeah.
I
No,
look
I was-
over to Echo and I'm just like, that's our captain.
Echo, good to see you again. Sorry, it's been a couple days. Welcome to the ship.
I close the door behind us.
Okay.
Hi.
Something happened.
Oh yeah? I
feel like
assumed
so
over 5 days something must have happened.
Not that, Gibbs, please.
Okay.
Yes, that was great. Can I mind link with you for a second?
Absolutely.
And so she reaches out her hand and she shows you the part where Bubs like asked Spice to kill him, and she's like, I don't know what to do about this.
I can't say I'm surprised. I think there's a lot of things he's wrestling with, and there's a lot of loss that's bigger than we understand here. And so, I'm not judging your actions whatsoever, but I think Bubs needs a community around him, and I think unless you're serious about whatever this is, he might get caught in your crossfire, Spice. And I worry about that a little. And I am happy to always pick up the pieces of Bubs, but I'd hate if it was because of something you've done to cause it.
Oh, God.
Boom.
And if you could encourage him to make attachments outside of you with us, with even Shade, I think he'll find more worth living for. But right now, he's afraid of what he is because he doesn't know. And that's a tough place to be.
She nods.
I'm
And-
here for you.
Thank you. And she like purses her lips and kind of like goes off into her thoughts.
I zip up her dress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a dress?
Her suit. You assume it's
Her
an environmental
outfit.
suit at this point.
Awfully informal for going on a bounty hunt in the middle
It's just
of
like
the
a gauzy
rainforest.
dress. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like the silk dress she wore to TJ's show.
Formal wear in the rainforest.
Yes.
I'm happy if you're happy, my friend.
Oh, I am so happy. I am just, a little bit overwhelmed by that last second that was thrown at me.
Right. But I think, like most people, he will survive through community and caring.
That's a good point, and that's why I trusted you with this information.
And I'm so happy if you're happy. And I'm glad for you guys, but he's very in his head.
Mm.
And the best most thing we could do is get him out of that.
Mm.
And it's easy when he's busy, which he's been. So I'm grateful for
She like high fives you.
I've gotten a lot of work done, but I've been worried about you guys behind the door. And
We were getting a lot of work done too.
yeah, I had an intention to talk to him as well at some point, but I wanted to let things simmer, and I wanted to let him come to his own conclusions without my influence.
He definitely did. I would be grateful if you talked to him though.
But I think all we can do is reassure him that he's not to leave and not to run away, and that we're here for him no matter what that looks like. And I know I cut him off after we killed Jade, and I know I take a burden of that as well, but
We all
ultimately-
killed Jade. That was on all of us. And what were we supposed to do? Well, we didn't have any options.
I know,
That's
I-
not just on you.
I shouldn't have. It was an accident to rip her head off, and that's a morbid last thing.
You answer the incoming communication, and you can see on your personal communicator, Rose Lashlin, this plant-like creature. She says, Mr. Chatitude has descended into the Tyrant's jungle, shouting loudly. He will probably die, but chances are also good he's getting ahead of us. If you're coming, I would do so soon.
Thanks for the heads up.
Terminates communication.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
I open it. Hi. Oh, you good?
Yeah, she's like, putting out, screwing the whatever.
Everybody else is
The
like
thing on.
high-tech things, and yours is just like a lamp thing that you're
I'm imagining more the Daft Punk thing, so maybe she's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Are there
flipping it
even
forward now.
zippers on this?
Whatever, bro. Come on.
Why not?
Is the zipper stuck? It's taking quite a while.
Yes, it was stuck, but I greased it up.
We're losing time.
Yeah. Okay.
The chat
Let's go get this
are-
bread.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to find him? The guy? What's his name? I can find him.
Relax.
No, not Chatitude. The guy.
Harlax the Gore-fiend.
Is that useful right now, or should I wait? Do we have any
I would
idea?
hold off until we see what happens with Chattington.
Great. Let's go.
He's being very loud and would probably be good to follow.
Why would we follow him? He's gonna attract so much attention.
Exactly.
Well, let's
If
go.
he attracts attention, then we follow behind him and ambush the ambushers.
What if the ambushers are just like massive dinosaurs? Like have you seen
Yeah.
a T-Rex? I saw one on a lunchbox once.
Then Chattington will probably die, and we can get away during that time.
Okay. Sounds good. I don't really have any good plans, so you got it.
Shade, you press the button and the ramp kind of descends. You see this decompressed air rush out. And suddenly, even through your helmet, you're able to hear the wind for the very first time. Now out of the silent vacuum of space, no longer just hearing the ambient noise of engines and hull vibrations. You can hear and almost through it feel the wind through these fields of flowers that spread out maybe 200-300 feet ahead of you before dropping down into a steady slope that eventually terminates into the woods. Give me 1 second here. All right. As you exit, you can see the morning suns are beginning to rise. And as they kind of crest over the distant hilltops and the jungle, you can see in the kind of almost, the light here is a little bit harsher than you're used to. Between the two suns, there is much more of like a cool cast to the light. But beneath it is quite beautiful, and you can hear a number of animals beginning to kind of chatter as the day begins.
Real quick,
Sure.
totally unrelated.
Okay.
Can you save this song?
Yes.
Because this is like Jungle Beats remix right
It
now.
literally is.
Yeah. So
It's a jam.
yeah, there was a song way back when we started that was, it was literally called Jungle Beats, right?
It's called jungle music, yeah.
Jungle Music, and it was an absolute fucking banger.
It was a good song.
And then they got rid of it because it was so good that they wanted to monetize it, and now we don't have Jungle. But this is a good replacement.
Been
Well
looking.
done, Simescape.
This is more like lo-fi.
Jungle beats to
Yeah, like
rainforest.
lo-fi, mellow, study jungle beats.
Yes, study jungle beats.
Jungle beats that you can study to.
It's not as
Chill
bopping.
out too.
The original was such a bop. Damn.
So, you can see this mesa falls down and into the forest, maybe 200 feet ahead of you, 100 feet on either side. You are alone on this mesa with just the flowers to accompany you. What would you all like to do?
Seriously, we're just gonna follow that guy? What if he's going like in literally the opposite direction? I'll wave over to Rose so she can see that we're out of the thing and like.
Okay. You can look, 200 feet across this forest, and you can see the ship on the mesa. You don't see Rose.
Oh.
You'd imagine, like most responsible bounty hunters, going after her bounty.
Would I be able to contact her again?
You do not have a contact number.
Okay.
You could hail her ship, but you'd imagine she's probably not in there anymore.
Right.
So Spice is gonna look over the land and look for any signs of encampment or cultures.
Okay, if you would like to make a culture check, you can.
Way off in
You could
the
also
distance,
make a
you see
perception
little
check.
smoke
They'll both
coming
get
up.
you different things.
I guess the more immediate surroundings are more important, so I'll do perception.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, Echo would also be scouting around.
Yeah, I'm also
check,
just
yeah.
like looking.
natty
all right,
19.
Like, first of all,
Hey.
where'd Chad go?
30.
And does that seem like the worst way to
Better than my
go?
25.
Or does it? Is there any sign of something else?
With a 25, you begin to look around. You can see, based on where Rose's ship is, the ramp descends and almost directly to one of the peaks. You would imagine, from even her speaking over the cockpit, she said this was a dangerous place for some of the organic-based life forms, protein-based life forms. she's probably been here before, and this looks like a very practiced move to just descend straight down the hillside. You'd imagine just straight away from that ramp, that's where she is. From where you are, it's hard to see the Chatitude too. However, Spice with a 30, all of a sudden, Echo, you kind of sag as Spice like pushes up off your shoulder.
Excuse me.
And using you almost like a little looking post, Spice, you're able to see just over the hull of the ship, and you can see this path where the flowers have been stopped. Mud kind of coming up from the area. Really easy to follow. Chad attitude through the forest. Currently heading east.
Guys, over there.
Does it look like Rose Lashwind is going in the same direction as the direction that Spice just pointed out?
Interestingly, no. It seems as if she's heading more to the north.
I suggest we split the difference between their two paths and try to stay hidden.
In the middle?
While she's going north, you said?
Yes.
He's going east.
How big of a
Somewhere
planet is
north by
Deshaun?
northeast.
Is it large or larger?
Yes.
Yeah, Shade, that makes sense. Let's do that.
It's larger than a large? Or
It's a large planet.
We have to descend, right?
Yeah, so from this mesa, it kind of almost like a waterfall of flowers kind of spills down into these peaks. And you can see little bits of grass, but almost predominantly yellow here. Probably about 200 feet away from where you are, it begins to drop. And over the course of maybe like 1,000 feet, eventually it terminates into the forest, like a gradual slope below.
Probably just start heading down towards the forest.
Okay, no problem.
And with the plan of kind of, he's going that way, she's going that way, kind of like
Split the difference.
split the difference.
Sure. Make
so
a
we can
survival
kind of try to
check
keep an eye on both of them.
Yeah, if you're leading that group.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Okay. This jungle, as you begin to descend, it's dense. And the further that you get, the more that you realize that it's buggy. And as you begin to look around, and you can hear the creatures, the birds, the amphibians, the bugs, you don't see a whole lot flying through the air. You begin to look down at the ground, and you suddenly realize there's like a lot of pollen along the ground, and despite the amount of wind, you didn't see a lot of it. The gravity here only maybe almost imperceptibly a little bit more than what you'd expect out of like an Earth kind of planet, but even that seems to have had an impact on the biology here. You can see the insects, such as they are, climb along the trees. They climb along the little petals of the flowers, and there's many of them. One of the nice things about this, without the flight, there is not the same. Well, for you, it doesn't really matter.
Skeeters, fucking.
But for most organic life forms, there are no stinging insects here. However, it is humid as you begin to move.
I'm gonna take out of my inventory some bug spray.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of give myself a pat down. And as you do, you can probably see the small signs of my bubble around me.
Yeah.
Does anyone want some
It's
bug
like when
spray?
you-
Yeah, and I take it and I bug spray my mask.
Oh, gross.
And I
Oh.
bug spray the tops of my bra feet,
Okay.
the unshoothed feet, and I bug sprayed my tail where it sticks out of my spacesuit.
Yeah.
And I hand it back to you.
Oh,
Those
Gibbs, you're
being-
not supposed to.
And then I'm gonna remember how when I gave her a tissue, she just ate it. And I'm just gonna go.
You know what, Gibbs? That's fine.
I'll take them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chuck it back to you.
There you go. About half a bottle left.
Okay.
You continue to walk, and as you get down past the elements of flowers, you reach the tree line. And they grow tall overhead. These are predominantly palms, very tropical-looking plants. The humidity here is almost oppressive. The plant life seems to trap elements of humidity in. The ground is lumpy, and as you walk, there are raised mounds where the soil is held together by these tall trees. And there are a few grasses here and there, but plenty of wildflowers. The yellow blossoms that you see are dominant, but after walking for maybe 10 minutes, you can see they begin to vary much more. Another 10 minutes goes by, And the yellows are giving ways to reds, purples, pinks, whites. There are beautiful flowers of staggering variety here. It is a very beautiful place.
Is anyone else getting like PTSD maybe just a little from like the fact we just fought like plants and now we're like walking through plants? Like this is a little, the juxtaposition here is a little much for me. I gotta be honest, especially considering everyone's told me that they're gonna eat me or something's gonna eat
I
me.
look over at Bubs to see his reaction to this.
And for all of you, as you say that, there is this moment where the wind blows and all the trees begin to almost like kind of move, and there is this kind of freakish
They're gonna eat me!
but they just kind of go back to where they were, just trees.
I mean, sometimes, you know, nature kind of has a way of presenting itself as, you know, evil, but sometimes it's just misunderstood.
All right, yellow flower and you pink flower, you are just misunderstood. And I keep fucking walking.
No problem.
And as I say that,
I
I'm
make a
gonna think
nature
of
check
Jade.
to see if I know these, so I can give Gibbs the entire Wikipedia article of both of these flowers to show that they're not misunderstood.
Yes. Make an nature check. Was that?
I was just saying,
Nah, it's a life sciences.
as I said that, I'm just gonna think
Life
of Jade when I
sciences,
said that
that's
to Gibbs.
actually better.
Okay.
Right. That's also who Gibbs is thinking of, but less nicely.
17.
17. You don't know these flowers specifically.
Damn.
I mean,
Can't show you that you're not misunderstood.
with that, what I will say is these yellow blossoms, the ones that are almost like dominant up at these higher altitudes, they're not native to here. Or not that they're not native to here, they're not exclusive to here. They grow on a number of different plants, and you recognize those. These are calices blossoms. They smell really nice, but they're also very sedating to protein-based life forms.
I'm going to mention that specifically to Gibbs, but hoping that the other protein-based life forms.
What I will say is, as you progress another 10 minutes and the suns now are rising truly overhead, closer to 7 or 8 in the morning, it is getting hot. Close to 115 degrees in Fahrenheit, if you're using that for some reason.
Doesn't affect us.
It is getting really hot. And for those of you who, the only person who is specifically mentioned as bringing additional water is Bubs, you would imagine this is going to become a problem relatively quickly. Additionally, with the elements of moisture that have gathered beneath the canopy, it begins to rise in a pretty thick steam. And as you begin to walk now, it is soupy. For those of you wearing these big sort of Daft Punk style helmets, it is hard to see as the condensation on the inside and outside make it fogged over on one side, condensed on the other. But it is very uncomfortable. Is there anything that you're doing as you do this? You've walked through, you know a little bit about the blossoms. I will say, at this point, you would imagine, and looking down at your scanner, your portable one, the air quality, this pollen, is decreasing. And in another half an hour or so, you would probably be safe to take off the helmets.
Echo's got something.
Echo would probably gather a few of the calices blossoms.
Okay, no problem.
Just to save for later.
Sure. You can take 3 or 4 of those, no problem, or however many you want. They're very abundant.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there like grass or like a kind of like a small like weeds or anything we're walking through as well?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. It's the morning, so is there like a morning dew kind of on the ground?
Here, there is no morning dew. It rises, it almost sublimates as it gets hotter. So you see like mist rising. Here and there, yeah, it condenses under the leaves and then kind of drips back down. But yeah, like the plants are very damp here.
Okay.
It's steamy.
It is
Okay.
very steamy.
Okay.
So you've already
Gibbs picks her wedgie.
Okay.
She doesn't usually wear pants.
Yeah.
And so not only is she wearing clothes and pants and things, she also has a hat on, and she's not super thrilled about that.
Sure.
Okay, so we're following the other bounty hunters to our bounty with the hope that Spring Rose gets there first or whatever.
keeping tabs on both of them while staying undetected and also searching for Garlax himself.
But we don't actually have any like method of tracking Garlax.
Which is why I suggested that we follow these two.
Okay, well that sounds like a whole lot of mischief. I'm gonna cast my spell, because fuck this shit.
Sure.
So I take out my bottle, and I guess I have to take off my helmet, because that's how I always described it. And I just hold it up to my eye, and the liquid sloshes in, and I cast no coordinates.
So for all of you who just heard somebody say, yeah, there's like a pretty like uncomfortable thing that happens if you breathe too much of this in. Gibbs just takes off their helmet, and you pull the bottle up to your
Gibbs,
eye.
that is highly inadvisable.
Yeah, okay, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
You put this bottle up to your eye, and as you move, this almost acidic juice envelops your eye, and you're able to see almost these strange, through the other chunks and bits of refuse in this fluid, you can see vague outlines around some of the shapes and things that you see. What is the exact effect of this?
Sure. I learned the exact location of one creature on the same planetary body as you, up to the size of a large planet.
Perfect.
I must be able to identify the creature clearly from personal knowledge of who they are.
Yep, you can do that.
Which I can do that. If we're not on the same planet, it fails. And if I know where they are, I can put it in a computer and make the computer better at finding them.
Excellent. Okay. So as you look, you can see these little chunks and bubbles falling down and rising up. And through them, it's as if it pulls your vision across the forest, through fields of mud and chasms of cragged rock. And you see this glowing aura. And as it zooms out and back to you, they are, when you think about it on a 3-dimensional scale, significantly lower than you are. The jungle here is evened out, so you would imagine they are maybe underground, in a cave, in a canyon, something of that nature.
And are they north or east? Or northeast?
They are northeast. So the way that you are moving, technically, faster than either of them, you're assuming that they're just moving straight lines in those directions,
right.
Which they're probably not.
Right.
But you are headed in a very close to perfect direction.
I cork the bottle, shut my helmet thingy. Underground, he's underground, in the ground, and maybe in a cave, I don't know, cavern, maybe a hole, maybe a grave, who knows, I don't know. But he's underground, below us, and he is northeast, so we just need to keep trucking this direction.
Do you want to plug it into a computer?
I can log it into a computer! I have coordinates. Can I, do you have a touchpad?
Down, like,
What do you mean you look down?
Okay.
What?
well, the funny thing about that.
What?
This is how Shubs happens. No, I take your arms. No, I'm kidding. I take your arms
in the forest.
and I put in the coordinates that I know into a computer that is shade.
It's like a multi-tool.
Oh my lord.
Alright, Hound Dog, track. Now that you have those. But those are stagnant, so that's not a GPS. It's not going to update if he moves. You know that, right? That was a thing with Jade.
That was pretty offensive.
Oh.
What?
Apologies.
Call me a
of course.
hound dog.
Oh. Well, I thought you liked dogs now, so I kind of thought it would be okay, but you're right.
Put him in.
Okay.
I'm like,
Echo too.
Oh! Are you interested in
I'm gonna
coordinates?
just share the coordinates.
Okay. The
Suddenly-
Bluetooth connection?
Yeah, they all just kind of, for all of you and your communicators, the coordinates pop up.
You see Echo's eyes glow brighter.
Thank you for the offer, but it appears I already have them.
I did that. Thanks, Gibbs.
Thank you. That is a most useful spell.
It is. We've used it twice now.
I continue following the coordinates.
No problem.
I follow the man who knows the coordinates.
Over the next 10 minutes, the yellow blossoms disappear. Here and there are aloe-like plants and red, green ferns that dot the landscape. Exotic plants also emerge to you. You can see jagged-looking flowers, similar in shape to like a brown-eyed Susan. The petals sort of range across a spectrum from an Arizona sunset, like an orange, purple, yellow, whites, browns, reds. The stems of these seems like almost slick with a thick, oily, bitter-smelling substance. You also see several plants as you pass that are taller than you in some cases, but form gigantic mushroom-like masses of pale, spotted, white-blue rings, between 1 foot and 2 feet across. As you continue to walk for a little bit, Shade, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh. Dirty 30.
Whoa! Flirty 30.
So as you're walking,
I'm not going to say that one.
as you're anyways,
What?
as you are walking through this jungle, you can see there's an area where the trees grow a little bit closer together. You can see like the trees have actually been kind of broken aside over time. This is almost like a natural game trail maybe, although you haven't seen any large animals. However, one of the things that you do notice in an area where there is some downed foliage, you can see like old husks of rotting, long dead palm trees now kind of colonized by fungus. A little glint catches your eye. You stop everybody and you wait for a moment, and as your eyes adjust a little bit, you realize almost razor thin, a little bit of fishing line goes across the path here.
I pointed out. We're getting close. This area is trapped.
Nestled into the stone there, balanced on a branch, you can see this, similar to other ones that you've seen in the past, a frag grenade. Balanced almost so that pulling this string would probably knock it off of its perch, triggering it.
I would like to go and disarm this trap and take the frag grenade.
Yeah, go ahead. That is an engineering check.
Oh, good thing.
I'll assist by holding tools out to him.
All right,
I
that's
think
a
I
negative
literally
2
have
conditional modifier.
All
for
of the
you.
tools in
I
my
have
body.
a straw. I have a chopstick.
I'm like, Gibbs.
Negative 3 conditional.
Oh my gosh.
Gibbs, thank you, but no. That's cocked. Ooh, Gibbs. That was an 18. Still, that was really bad for the actual roll.
You go and you begin to get close. You get very close, but slowly, making sure there are no additional trigger points for this trap. And it's difficult because as you get close, suddenly your light blocked out. You see Gibbs just kind of standing in there holding out like a whole bunch of garbage to you. However, you sort of push Gibbs aside, and with your light restored, you are able to separate the pin of the grenade from this fishing line. And you can add a... Let me see what kind of grenade this is. It is a frag grenade, and I believe it is a Mark II frag grenade.
Ooh. Mark
Gibbs
II.
adds the fishing line to her inventory.
Sure. That is 15 feet of fishing line.
Spice climbs onto Bubs' back like a piggyback
Okay.
while they do that.
Yeah, I can carry you.
It's hard to walk in these heels.
No problem. I'm strong enough for the both of us.
The best part is this is the second time that you've been in a jungle in heels.
You should think
Naturally.
about getting better footwear for these types
You
of
should focus on your
situations.
task at hand.
I've already completed it.
All right, but we haven't completed the overall task
You're
of
right.
not being jerks to each other. So let's go
Oh,
get
It's
I
hot.
thought
Spy.
you were going to say
Getting
the
punchy.
incomplete
Echo.
task of finding
Make a
Harlex.
perception check.
17.
As your companions begin to bicker and argue, very naturally for you, as a curious soul, you kind of pull a little bit ahead. You begin to look around at the space as you walk. And as you begin to move, there is this sort of moment where you see something that nobody else does. You see scales through the forest, kind of in the grass. And at first you think maybe a creature, but then you see the glint of some kind of what looks like combat armor, maybe a full suit of it. And you get a little bit closer. You see there is a corpse of a Vesk, motionless, already in a state of semi-advanced decay. They've been here for some time.
A corpse of a Vesk?
Yes.
Okay.
And for those of you who are not aware of Vesk, almost like a space dragonborn. This corpse seems to be, or from what you can see, there's approximately half of a corpse. You can see the upper torso. There are elements of the face where there is a helmet still attached, though partially crushed. It seems to be almost like maybe torn in half. You can't really tell. And as you get a little bit closer, I need you to go ahead and make a reflex save.
Oh
First damage of the night.
No,
we'll
not
see.
yet.
We'll see.
You got this. You're probably flighty.
I am. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty
Ooh.
20. As you get just a little bit closer, suddenly you feel a moment of pressure against your shin, and you hear this. And in this instant, you sort of turn aside and you see the contrail of this tiny needle as it passes your face, maybe by an inch. Shade, for you, you like arguing with Gibbs between the two of you. You see just right by before, right into like a little tree. You see placed off and within the actual torso, this one shot, almost like a pipe that has been sawed off and a couple mechanisms attached to make this into a trap.
The corpse was a trap?
Yes. So embedded in the actual torso, almost kind of put alongside the spinal column in the viscera, there is this tube emerging.
Echo turns back to their new companions and says,
I think we are on the correct path indeed. It appears we have found another trap.
Can Spice identify? Does she recognize the Vesk at all?
In what context?
In the
Is it
context of her
Harlax?
time spent in Hackathon, would she have?
Make a flat intelligence check. If you're trying to recall a memory.
Nah, 15.
Not specifically, and as you kind of look, I mean, badly decayed, and especially here, where it's so humid, you would imagine like any kind of skin or biologic matter is going to melt almost, within like a day or two. So what you're looking at is the scales kind of piled on bone. And then all around what you initially thought was sort of like a red moss, just discolored grass from kind of blood and organs liquefying over the day.
It's not Horlax.
Certainly not.
Okay.
Harlax is a gore fiend, isn't he?
That means like very murderous and full of blood on him.
He's a Vesk.
He's a Vesk.
Yeah.
He's an angry Vesk.
And you've seen his picture. He is a red scaled vest, which is probably part of
yeah,
the
we
gore
probably got his
fiend.
bounty poster, right?
Yeah.
You do, yes.
Or his bounty digital.
I thought that was just the icon. My bad. Sometimes I just get, when I load it up, I just get like a question mark. I think my internet's slow in my office.
is it
Peep has been
possible to
reminding
tell
you.
how long this Vesk has been deceased?
Make a
Life sciences?
I
Medicine?
think this is a survival check. Give me 1 second here.
Seems like it's either survival, medicine, or life science.
I'm gonna say this is a
think
medicine check.
I was gonna say, I think it's either survival or medicine. It better not be life science.
Yeah, life science is more like when they're
You're
alive.
pretty sure this isn't like a life science.
When they're alive, it's a life
It's
science.
a 25.
25. You would imagine probably about 4 or 5 days. At first, it seems like way longer, but because of how hot it is, it definitely speeds up the decay process. So, a couple days.
It appears this Vesk has only been deceased for 4 to 5 days. Harlax is most likely close.
Well, he's been here a while, right? We got the bounty from that lady who boarded our ship a while ago, right?
He's been here
Tybo.
for at least 6 days.
Yeah.
More likely.
More likely long, because that was
Longer.
before we went to wherever we just were at. Dorado. Okay. Shall we continue?
Are we gonna loot the body? Well, I guess there's nothing there.
Is
Yeah, it kind of
what's
smells
in
bad.
the trap? What kind of trap is it? Is it something that we could disarm or so that we could like investigate the body more
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
without blowing myself up?
Can I take the needle that shot out and is stuck in the tree? And is that a needle I can add to my inventory for my
Make a
gun?
sleight of hand check. This needle, there is no like little feathery bit or like shaft. It looks like a double-ended like splinter.
4.
Yes.
It's a dex check, guys.
So
Sleight of hand, you have a bonus.
investigation does not exist.
It's-
What
yeah,
is it doing
plus
here?
1.
Oh,
My dex is not good.
okay.
Gibbs is not physical statted.
Gibbs,
Yes.
you take 6 points of piercing damage. As you go to grab onto this, and this loud bird call behind kind of startles you, and you stick your thumb right on the tip.
But I hide it real fast
You do.
because I stuck my hands in something I shouldn't have, and Shade's gonna yell at me.
And as you pull this needle away, it seems smaller in your hand, But that's it.
So there are birds in this planet, correct?
Certainly, yeah.
Could I do a perception check to see if there's any like scavenger birds in the air?
Yeah,
Maybe like some
absolutely.
like because if there's a
I'll
corpse,
tell you haven't seen birds in the air yet, but go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
There's no investigation in Starfinder.
Sorry,
Oh,
perception.
a 20. It's the first 20 in my
Wow!
Hey, what?
Plus also
Congratulations! This is a huge moment.
plus 12.
Oh my god!
Plus 12.
32.
I'm gonna
It was
see.
the 6th day in the armory.
You open your
July
eyes
4th.
wide.
July 7th, 7:19.
You don't see very many birds. And first of all, you don't see anything in the sky. Nothing flying here. But after a little bit and taking some time to let your eyes adjust, one of the things that you do see here and there in some of the trees, the rare, there are at first almost like parrots, although they are roughly the size of like a dog. Actually, similar to the size of your dog. Huge. They are relatively rotund, and they watch as you pass. You can see slight yellowish kind of coloration to the neck plumage. You're not quite sure what they are. They don't seem scavenger-like based on this kind of big hooked beak, probably eat nuts or something of that nature. You don't see any large scavenger birds or anything like that. But what I will say is, with that check, as you're looking around, again, you look around for a second because the woods in this path are kind of broken aside. You see where that corpse is laid up against this broken log full of, like rotting wood fungus. At some point that was knocked over, along with several other trees. And for the very first time, you realize one of the reasons that you haven't seen signs of life is you're not really thinking on the right scale. This tree, right along the edge of what all of you stand in, a large three-toed footprint.
Oh,
And you see another, and another.
guys, I think I see. Yeah, these are definitely footprints right here. Come here, look at this.
And how large are they? Are they like mammoth sized, or are they like large for three-toed chickens?
If Gibbs, if you were to lay down in it and
Yeah.
put your feet in the heel, you would not reach the toe.
It's a dinosaur.
Ooh,
A dinosaur-like creature.
I do that, getting like a little muddy and stuff. Oh yeah, pretty big, guys. Pretty big.
We should continue.
I get up and start walking, and I will also now be on the lookout for traps.
Sure.
Traps specifically.
Yeah.
Make a
Just
perception
traps.
check, Gibbs.
Continuing towards the coordinates as careful as possible, given that we found like 3 traps and a giant.
17.
Okay. I'm going to give you a +4 conditional modifier. You have Shade helping you.
Great.
So at this point, with the two of you sort of taking point and really focusing more on traps. That was a 20. was that with a +4?
17 plus 4 is 21.
Okay. So, you walk. And for a little bit, you don't really notice any kind of trap. For a little bit, you walk through the forest, and it begins to get a little cooler. You're dipping down now, and you can feel yourself descending, thinking back to your coordinates. That's probably a good sign. And also, the trees begin to get a little bit further growing apart. You don't see the broken trees anymore. You're now away from whatever kind of trail you had been on. And looking for feet, you don't see any huge three-toed footprints. Here and there, almost little like what look like maybe deer tracks, but nothing gigantic. And as you're walking, you kind of turn to Shade, and you can see Shade's kind of examining the left side of the path. You're examining the right side. And for a moment, you kind of watch Shade, and you're like, man, we're a really good team.
We are a really good team.
Click. Far away, far, far, far away, you hear what sound like large cannons. And because it is 7:23,
No.
Oh man.
this is where we're going to take a little
Joey,
break.
don't you dare. No breaks.
So, thank you guys for hanging out with us so far for our session. It is 7:24. We're going to step away for 10 minutes just to get some water and things like that. Encourage that you do as well. We will be back at 7:34. We'll see you then.
All we care about is hydration.
And welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us if you did. Welcome back to our original Starfinder campaign. I'm Joe, the Dungeon Master, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Olive, Kara, and Ari. We'll jump back into our game here. So Gibbs, as you examined, sort of just like walking through the forest, being very mindful of everything, the only thing that you weren't really able to see is you took a little bit of time to fixate on the android opposite you. Was this small metallic device, circular, attached to the tree. As you passed by it, you saw this tiny red light turn off, and you heard this little tick-tick. And in the distance, all of you hear these cannons, large. For you, Spice, having been in war, you recognize the sound of artillery. What are you all doing?
Ducking.
Okay, you guys all watch as Gibbs ducks down.
Can I try to find it to follow the trajectory and see if we're in danger?
You sure can. Everybody make a reflex saving throw.
I would probably.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Very
Nice.
nice.
Plus 8.
Spice got a 9.
That's very not nice.
13.
Okay,
28.
28.
22.
What the fuck?
I put all of my shit into piloting and reflex.
Because you gotta have reflexes.
Yeah,
for
because you
piloting.
gotta have reflex if you want to fly a fucking...
28. Jesus.
Okay. Shade, Echo, Bubs, for the three of you, when you hear the sounds of distant cannons, you look up. And at first, as the rest of your party ducks down, you take a second to look. You can see this explosion 50 feet above you, and you see small sub-munitions spread across about 400 feet of the vicinity of this trigger. For those of you, and that would be the two androids and Bubs who pass, you will be taking half damage as you are able to maneuver around these explosions slightly better. However,
Wait. What? Sorry.
So
We're taking some damage
We all take
now.
half damage. You're gonna take full.
I think I take full
So
damage.
we haven't rolled
Yeah.
it yet. Okay.
I take full damage.
everybody but the androids and Bubs are taking full damage. So the two of you are taking 12 points of fire damage. The three of you are taking 6.
I stop, drop, and roll.
All
Once I
around
realize
you,
it's fire.
there are these just explosions going off. Wood scatters across the space. The animals that you could hear go wild for a moment, but as the ringing dies down, they are very, very quiet. And for a moment now, you are all just sort of left with the ringing in your ears.
So Spice, hearing this, she freezes on Bubs' back, and she's like, some of the memories from her time in the military are trying to resurface, but she's like making an effort to really keep them repressed.
I was looking for fishing line, not
We
lasers.
need to move.
Off in the
Now.
distance, you hear a loud roar. Distant. And then a little bit closer. Similar.
I'm going to take out my water bottle
Okay?
and I'm going to unscrew the cap and just say to everyone,
If we hear any disturbance on the ground, we'll see it in the
I
water.
can hear the disturbance without water. We need to move.
And
I start-
I start booking.
Yeah, I start running northeast, still trying to avoid traps, but like booking it.
Sure. I would say at this point, as this is a much larger creature than all of you, as you are heading in this direction, let me get you a little bit of visual perspective.
Yeah, get us the fucking visual, Joe.
oh, it's already
That's
here?
what we've been waiting for this whole time.
All right, this is you, right? This is you.
And thank God you're on the ship, Squeaky. Fly away!
I thought we were going to have more time to get away.
There's Gibbs.
Yeah, he's gonna become a bounty hunter in our honor.
Just the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, can I get
Yeah.
another one of those Ronas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can also get you want cider instead?
Or
What is
a
it,
red
Grandma?
stripe.
There's wine.
Not a
Thank you
sponsor.
so much.
Not a
I just want
sponsor.
one that has the lowest alcohol.
The way that this is oriented.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
That I'm just gonna go with this one. It's here.
Yeah.
You need some
Um,
consistency.
here.
I got you.
I've-
Got one corner
I
there.
got this corner. That goes down.
Okay.
Matt,
Matt,
you
you
get
grab
the
this
other. Matt,
corner?
you grab that corner.
Thank you, sir.
Slide it slowly down.
Who put their change in the beer?
What?
Oh, that That was mine.
Oh, well, I want to give it back to you so you don't think I'm.
You can, you can have it as a tip for the beer fund we're gonna make.
Look, it's a dino.
It is a T-Rex!
Oh my lord.
I saw that on a lunchbox once, and I'm so excited.
So all of you are in that cluster of ferns off into the back left corner.
Left.
And so you can place yourselves where you would like over there.
Shade and Gibbs are we running that way or are we running towards it?
So at the moment it is coming in from the east. And so if you guys are heading northeast, you guys are going in this direction. So you guys are kind of headed towards that rock with the
This
purple.
way?
Yeah.
So Gibbs will be near you but behind you because she's slower than you. And also took a lot of damage.
Can you make Spice piggyback bobs, or is that?
I could probably try, but I don't know. Let's see.
It's a lot of balance. All right. So
nothing to
So
like.
good on the camera.
as this explodes out of the canopy,
again.
the loud dinosaur roar echoing in all of your ears. I need everybody to roll initiative.
I'd probably put away my water bottle at this point.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a 10, not a 20. Thought it was a 20.
I mean, it did not roll great.
Oh.
So you aren't in rough.
I love
space
this
here.
dice.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Anybody natural
Finally rolling
20?
good now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alrighty. 25 to 20.
Yes, I have a 22.
22 for Bubs. Look at that. All right. 20 to 15.
Oh,
After you.
16.
17.
The androids. All right. So Shade.
It's our name now. That's how we respond. The androids.
These are the droids you're looking for. 15 to 10.
11.
11.
10.
10.
Nice! Hey, we didn't match this time, Bubsies.
I know.
And then 10 for Spice. Fantastic. So, the way that this is going to work, Bubs is going to go, then Shade, then Echo. Gibbs, what is your dexterity modifier?
+1.
Then the T-Rex, then Gibbs,
Oh shit.
then Spice. So,
I have
Bubs,
less dex than the T-Rex, guys.
as this dinosaur bursts out of this canopy, you can see looking for the signs or whatever it was that made this huge commotion. What do you want to do?
I have a smoke grenade still,
Sure.
so I'm going to.
Is this your last one?
Yes.
Okay.
I am going to.
Turn this down a little bit.
I think I'm just going to drop it where we stand
Okay, sure.
because that's a perfect, easy hit.
So that's going to cover all of you.
Thank God we didn't bring Squeaky.
Yeah, and we all have our
Really?
masks on, so it's
Yes.
Just have that near you in case we need it, just to kind of determine coverage. But no problem. So you take the grenade out, take the pin, drop it at your feet. This huge gouts of smoke begin to billow into the air.
good. Yeah.
No problem. What else?
And then I'm just going to move probably behind these bushes.
Okay.
And hide.
So you pull the pin and drop it as you're already in stride, and you move over to the cluster of bushes.
Yeah, and
The
that's still
smoke
in the
begins
smoke,
to
yeah.
billow around you, but sure, no problem. You said you're going to hide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does Spice, are you still on Bubsy's back?
Yeah, I'm on your back, so you're encumbered. So can you move that far? I assume you're encumbered.
I mean, it doesn't.
you can
it's a
still
smoke
move that
grenade,
far.
So I think it's fine.
Yeah, you
right?
can still move that far.
Yeah.
So no problem. You stumble forward now, a little bit more laden than you had originally realized. You kind of like let go of Spice's legs, assuming that she'll fall off. And as you begin to run, you realize that's not the case. The pressure just like bars across your neck for a second. You gag. But that is your turn, Bubs.
Yeah.
All right, Shade, what do you want to do? Echo, you're on deck.
I mean, I want to run, and I think I'm gonna. Yeah, no. Do I see that they're not running? And
All
hiding?
that you see around you right now is smoke.
Jump up onto this rock to get a view
Okay.
out of the smoke.
I believe it is a 20-foot sphere of smoke, correct?
Yes, I believe.
So at the moment, jumping up on top of that, you are not quite high enough to get to a point where you can see clearly. But what I will say is, if you like to make a perception check as your action,
Well, can I do as I'm jumping, like at the height, which I think now with my new feet
to
is
30
30
feet.
feet,
20. Okay.
and then land on the rock as I come down,
Make an acrobatics check. Absolutely.
so that I can see at the height when I'm 30 feet
Sure.
up.
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh, acrobatics. Still a 13.
Okay, not bad. You take off, and as you do, the smoke swirls around you, following you like a rocket's contrail as you rise up. You burst from the smoke about 10 feet above, and in this moment, you can see this Tyrannosaurus Rex. You see none of your friends. They're all within the smoke cloud. That being said, you descend those 10 feet, and you land kind of hard. You twist your ankle a little bit, but nothing that's going to hurt you.
Oh, because I have my descent thrusters.
Yep,
so.
you're fine. That is why.
Okay, and can I ready my action to, if I don't see everyone else running in that direction before the T-Rex gets to me,
Sure.
ready to fire my gravity gun at it?
Okay, sure. No problem. So you hold your action. Echo, you can see briefly Bubs kind of pull something out. Shade begins to take off
Free
into
action,
the
I
air.
repeat. Run!
You hear expressionless, run, and then smoke fills the area. What would you like to do? You can feel the of this creature now bearing down on you.
How far out is the smoke cloud? 20 feet, you said?
Yeah, so if you want to hold out that template, it's that whole template.
It's like, oh, I killed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Echo's gonna try and, like, blitz forward in the direction that they were coming from.
Okay.
Or that they were headed towards, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to kind of see if they can see around, because they can't see anything.
Right. So you run forward. Go ahead and just roll a d6.
It's a 1.
Gibbs, make a reflex saving throw.
Absolutely. 7 plus 2 is 9.
As you run, Echo, for you don't really run into anything, but you take an obstacle out as you do. You're not sure what it is, a plant perhaps, but it just crumbles under your feet. Roll another d6, please.
What? I'm gonna retire this one. That's another 1.
That's actually
good.
not bad.
Okay.
Gibbs, as you are knocked over in the smoke, you feel this metallic body collide with you, and then a foot just stomp on the tip of your pinky before they disappear out and into the smoke. But you make your full movement as far as you want, running over Gibbs. Gibbs, you are prone as well.
Yeah, do I take
1
damage?
point of damage, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Shane.
That's okay.
That's what he gets for being an asshole.
I'm trying to keep you from getting fucking eaten.
So, that is your movement. Anything else, Echo?
Can you do that?
Echo's gonna touch their ant sting pistol and use supercharged weapon,
Okay.
which basically it's if it hits on the next attack, provided it's made before the end of the next round, the attack deals 4d6 additional damage if the weapon is a single target attack.
Phenomenal. So you reach down, and as your hand drifts over the hilt of this pistol, the pads on your fingertips begin to glow, and electricity begins to arc out and around the handle. The pistol begins to glow and crackle with energy, and as you draw it, it feels more powerful. Anything else on your turn?
That is it.
Fantastic. So your empowered weapon now glowing in your hand, it is the T-Rex's turn. It cannot, well, actually, great point.
I wonder what this T-Rex move speed is. Because it
can sense our movement.
So it is going to go straight forward.
Smoke's not going to do anything.
20,
It's using its smell and its sense of movement.
45. So it's going to end its speed right near, right next to Bubs.
Everyone be completely still.
5 feet further forward, because it can go 45
Do
feet.
we know that?
Alrighty.
To have wasted
So
Jurassic
Bubs,
Park?
you drop the grenade, you run over, you hide behind these trees, and you wait. You almost hold your breath. You hear this right over top. You look up, and even in the smoke, you see scales. You see this huge talon, maybe like 5 feet away from you. It is going to make a perception check. It's not great.
I mean, Bubs is very clean. It's hard to smell him.
Yeah, but
I
Gibbs
would
is
argue
not.
it's almost easier to smell you.
Yeah,
than
we're in
clean
the
this
jungle. Antiseptic has a
All right.
stank.
We've got two opposites of whatever coin you flip for that. One of us is being fucked.
place. Bubs, there is this steps right over you. You look up, and for a moment, you see the tail over top. And then from behind you in the shadows, it's going to attempt a bite at you.
Do I get my ready to action first? Because
For the smoke
like,
grenade,
no
Bubs,
one has
is
left
it's
the smoke
concealed,
grenade,
or
right?
what is
It's
what is it?
concealment.
It's concealment?
Yep.
Well, my trigger was that if I didn't see everyone in the crew running out of the smoke,
That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah. You
and
can go ahead and make
before
your attack.
the T-Rex got near us.
Yeah, I would say that makes sense. So you see nobody exit the smoke. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
Guess we're not running away.
Well, I'm trying to just push it away. That's a 22
22 against?
against. I think for the gravity, it's EAC, right?
Yeah. Just disperses harmlessly across the hide.
Okay. That was my ready to action.
There you
and
go. Bubs.
that's a fuck.
This attacks you from behind. You would imagine not able to see you, but more to smell you. It is taking a pretty substantial negative modifier to this. But that is a natural 20.
Oh fuck, man, that sucks.
That with the conditional modifier, that is a total of 35.
Okay. Is this piercing?
It will be piercing.
Okay, I have resistance to that.
You do. That's really good.
Really nice right now.
So what does that come to?
You'll find out.
Oh, buddy. You take 35 points of piercing
Oh my
damage.
god.
Nothing.
Halved.
Oh.
Or sorry, you're resistant, you said, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Works differently here. What are you resistant? It's
Piercing.
Resistant to piercing.
And resistant to piercing, it's like a certain amount.
Oh,
that you're
minus
resistant-
5.
Minus 5. So you can take 5 off of that.
Okay.
Even as your shield almost swells to compensate for this pressure, it's unable to do so. And for the first time in a really long time, you feel the full visceral experience of these teeth as they puncture through your chest, through your ribs. This is a massive creature that bites into you. What is your KAC?
19.
Bubs. You're familiar with this experience as you leave your feet, this creature picking you up. And no, actually, Shade, from the top of your vantage point, you see the head suddenly burst from the smoke. You see Bubs like holding on to each lip, trying to stay up, before suddenly it swallows Bubs down.
No! Again?
Bubs, you are swallowed whole. You know what's funny? When I was
like
looking
a
at this monster,
recurring
when I was looking at this monster, I was like, "There's no way it's gonna be Bubs again." But there we are.
Wowza.
It also got a natural. Oh, you know what?
That'll be great if he doesn't die right now.
Bubs. That was the damage without it being critical. So actually,
Oh, okay.
It's times 2, isn't it, in Starfinder?
it is. I can't remember what the odd number was, but it's 50-something points of piercing damage.
It was 35.
35. So then that's 60 points of piercing damage.
Minus, so it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. You are certainly swallowed whole. And as this bites, you can feel it doesn't swallow you like that plant creature did. It chews on you on the way down. You feel the teeth serrated, tear through your flesh. And for the first time, you can smell your own blood. This is a horrible situation to be in, and you are in the dark. Okay. You can feel the organs, the various muscles moving and contracting to pull you further down. But that is its turn.
Okay.
That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, from where you are, where are you? Oh, you're down. You're just kind of on your back. You just got run into. You hear this roar and this loud gulping sound.
I see the blowing glue tattoos of who rolled me over just to leave me. And I had felt all of my other allies and stopped smelling them in my vicinity, and am largely alone at where we are. How much blood do I smell from Bubs, though?
A lot.
Well, you're all right. This is something I haven't used before.
Okay.
And it's a free action I can do at the start of every turn. And because you are within 30 feet of me,
Yep.
if whatever hit point damage you have taken, only one,
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say.
I transfer it to myself. And I heal you the damage you take.
Did you take the bodyguard feat?
Is that for the next?
No, it's right now. At the start of each turn, I lifelink, so you feel the same sensation you felt when I killed the monster you were in before.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like a hand reach down the throat and touch you, seeing kind of like a glowing green aura that you can only assume goes out the mouth. And I transfer your wounds, dealing the same amount of damage up to my mystic level to your hit point. So I take 5 damage, and you heal 5 damage.
There you go. Okay, I was gonna say that's gonna be a lot of damage
Yeah.
for little Gibbs. Okay, no problem. So for a moment, Bubs, in this crushing darkness, you open your eyes, and there is this pale, almost sickly green glow. And for a moment, your mind almost shattering with the filth that you are in. You're inside a creature. Though this would normally really bother you, this almost seems like a little bit of hope, and you feel yourself bolstered by that, even just a little.
And so that's a free action. I can do that whenever I want.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every time I want to, I can just do that. So, alone and prone and feeling the sensation of a beast above me, I am going to stand up and cast Wisp Ally on myself, which you guys have never had the opportunity to admire as much, even though I cast it all the time. But one of the functions of the spell is it sheds a light in a 20-foot radius in the color green, because I get to pick it. And so I become a beacon in this thing, and I'm going to try and run through the beast's legs and the opposite direction of what we were trying to go.
Okay, so you're becoming a lure.
Yes.
Okay.
I am a glowing, shining lure.
All of you in the darkness can see suddenly, it would be like this choir of children singing behind you as you glow in the darkness, and you watch the shape dart underneath the legs. It is going to snap at you as you do provoke an attack of opportunity, both casting a spell and moving under. It only has one reaction. But,
Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah, one way. I'll take it.
That is certainly going to hit. That is a 36.
Oh, yeah, it fucking hits no matter what.
Alrighty.
No fancy new armor is going to stop that.
Oops. That's way better than Bubs.
So glad that I got to level.
You are taking
5 for
29
wireless
points of
hack
piercing.
Holy Jesus!
against a fucking T-Rex.
As it bites
So
into
useful.
you. You can see now, kind of like glowing as you do, you slide almost by it, and it bends down. Oh,
No, you're good.
okay.
Sorry.
It bends down and tears a chunk out. You imagine almost you would be swallowed whole, were there not something, as you look up into the mouth as it bites you, you can see like Bubs' foot, bloodied, like the rags of his pants, and then this swallows just a little bit out of your sight.
But I
anything else?
get away from it.
Yes, you do.
Gibbs is very badly hurt. One shot and she's down.
Oh no.
That brings us to Spice.
Bro, yikes. If I move away, am I gonna incur an attack of opportunity?
I would say Spice doesn't know. I would say on a
no
more
guard
meta
stat.
level, Olive, this creature doesn't have its reaction anymore.
Righto. Because it already used it.
Follow
So
your friend.
I'm going to. Well, there are 2 things I can do.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna move away.
Okay.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Just leave it.
Can I move into these or are these?
You can. That's
things
difficult
that-
terrain. So it's a little bit harder to move through, but you can.
I don't want to do. I'm just gonna actually go behind.
Sure.
This.
No problem.
So Shade's on top of it.
Yeah.
And
You
then-
slide behind the rock. That's Echo.
Just,
Okay.
Just leave me there.
Hopefully we'll have actual Echo figure next week.
I'll
Yeah.
move to somewhere that's more
You're on top of
complicated
it.
to set up. It'll
And
be
she's
fine.
going to, she represses those memories from being in the army, and she's going to whip out her fancy new sniper, rest it on this rock, and she's gonna shoot at it.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
Well, I guess let's do this.
I like that you went through all the trouble to get a sniper, but you're still closer than you've ever been.
I know. I was just like, there were a lot of things I could have done, and I chose to do this. I got a 5 to hit
With your modifier?
with my modifier. It was a natural 1.
Okay. So
For boy and melee girl, or
Wow.
other way around.
roll damage.
What?
Roll damage.
Okay.
You're gonna hit somebody else.
Bumps.
Oh fuck.
You are within this
7.
creature.
Smoke and
I rolled a natural 2.
Excellent. So how much
After
damage
that.
total?
7 points of damage.
Bubs, you take 7
are you
points
gonna
of damage.
kill Bubs?
As being swallowed, as you try to push, you brace your legs against whatever element is within. You
That's
push
gonna
as
hurt
hard
the
as you can,
relationship.
and then you feel suddenly in your back this almost punch, and you begin to bleed again as the sniper rifle bullet kind of glances off the dinosaur, but punctures into you.
Oh my god, it was my first time using it. I'm sorry, I don't really know.
And for those of you who are able to see the nobody can through the smoke, for you, Spice, this bullet goes around obstacles. It goes like around one of these rocks underneath one of the ferns, and still manages just to hit Bubs. So well done. Anything else, Spice?
No. That's
Bubs,
it. That's all
you
I can
are
do.
within this creature.
Okay.
If you would like, so currently you are considered grappled.
Yep.
If you want, you can attempt to cut your way out. I mean, what do you want to do?
So I have a thought in my mind. And Bubs has been in this situation. He imagined himself in the clean
for
room.
the first time he's been swallowed by a
But this
monster.
time, it's different. He imagines himself with Spice in the past couple days, and it's just his idea of happiness has been replaced from cleanliness to people now. And he has this idea. I'm going to take, with a swift action, the Vesk Magma Sled.
Sure.
I'm going to activate it.
Okay.
I'm going to free action drop it on the ground, and I'm going to take a guarded step out of the dinosaur's mouth.
Amazing.
Step out.
So, Bubs, crushed into this area, having just been shot somehow while inside of a dinosaur.
Sorry.
You pull out this brand new sledgehammer. It takes some moving as you have to hold elements of some kind of an organ up and you yank this out. But you take your swift action and you twist the haft. Suddenly, the rock of the head of the sledgehammer seems to almost crack, and magma oozes from the inside before coating the exterior of this warhammer, and you just drop it. As soon as it hits the ground, there is this as elements of blood, bile begin to steam. I would say, Bubs, almost without any kind of roll, you have to throw up. It is superheated bile that is going into your nose. It's not a pleasant experience. But for all of you who are outside, suddenly this stops, and you just hear this, and then he just vomits everything. You feel this sensation of movement. There is a flood of bile, and I'm going to say, luckily, none of you are really in a place to get this. He projectile vomits into the forest in front of him, and Bubs, you land right at the edge of this difficult terrain, kind of in one of these aloe plants. Steam rising off of you. That's gross.
Bush really.
However, I'll take that hammer back because it is lost to the dinosaur.
Kill the dinosaur.
I'm going to
carve
get
it
that
out.
back if I
Cut
can.
it
Come
out.
easy go.
Now, what I will say is, go ahead,
Good use of.
roll damage or roll 1d10.
Okay. Good use of.
And we're going to
magma
count this
sludge.
as a critical hit because this is within the dinosaur, and this is counting for it just kind of bubbling away in its guts for the next couple turns.
It's the percentage.
Nice.
4 plus... My modifier is now at the level up. I should pick my weapon thing. Sorry, I don't have my weapon stuff. I think it's sorry, hold on.
Does it say it on?
It's on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, it is. 13.
13. Okay. So,
Wait, that's
Bubs, as you are vomited out, you can see for just a moment the teeth as they withdraw away the dinosaur, like coughing, roaring, trying to get this out. It's almost like a chicken bone. You can see it wedged into the neck of this creature, and it burns away as elements still roll by and another wave of vomit washes over you. This warhammer still like burning its way deeper into the dinosaur. Great idea.
Yep.
That is your turn, or sorry, that is...
I can't believe I lost.
That is your turn. Shade,
This one. Yes.
what would you like to do?
So, what is the distance from here to here along this hypotenuse?
Along that hypotenuse, you'd imagine it's about 20, 25 feet, give or take.
Okay, cool. Can I try to jump over there? And then, I guess I need to actually switch out my gun, so I can't do that on the same turn.
What are you
as I
doing here?
move. So I'm gonna jump over to the top of that tree.
Okay,
And then I'll do the other thing if I succeed on
sounds like a
catching
plan.
that tree.
Make an acrobatics check. No problem for you to take off with these boots.
Acrobatics,
Yeah.
22.
Okay. You take off blind through the smoke, and then you burst out from over top. You can see the silhouette of this dinosaur kind of stumbling backwards. It looks like it's almost struggling to breathe. But as you land on the top of the tree, you grab on. You can see there are almost coconut-like fruits that kind of hang here, but you secure yourself. You are in this tree almost close to like 45 feet up in the air.
Okay. I'm going to combat track it
Okay.
with a second move action. And that is my turn, I think.
Look at Hunter's Market.
Oh, can I have one for Wisp Ballet?
Yes, you can. I thought
Oh, that's so cool.
oh, no, I
Oh, is that one? Cool. Perfect.
I love ring toss in D&D.
There you go. So, Shade, that is your turn. That brings us to Echo.
Okay.
And I am now.
I love the hunter's mark on the tail. That's great. Perfect.
Echo's trying to look for a clear shot. Are they able to see like a tail or anything to give any indication of where this thing is? Or is
With
it
the
20 feet
glow of Gibbs from behind, absolutely. You can see the silhouette of this dinosaur.
Nice.
You are going to take a -2 conditional modifier to taking shots, but yeah, you absolutely can see the silhouette.
Echo's gonna move into position and then kind of like crouch down and aim the ant sting at this thing's like head, because I
Sure.
assume that I can see that.
Yeah, in this moment, you can't tell head or tail, but you take a shot at it anyways.
The big thing that I see right there.
And this glowing pistol, now empowered through your abilities. Go ahead and make your shot.
Please hit. That is 21.
And that is against what?
That is flame damage, so
And
EAC?
EAC? That just hits.
Nice.
What was that? 21 just hits? Fuck me.
The EAC.
Alright, you're banned.
So that
It is.
tough scales.
Yeah.
This is not good, this.
Protected
Do you want me to roll the
against energy
supercharge
attacks.
separately or all together?
All together.
Alright. 10,
Jesus.
Yeah, supercharging things.
18.
It's kind of like Smite, though. If you
Yeah.
put stuff into it, you could just throw it away, too.
That is a total of 20 flame damage.
20
Holy
flame
Jesus!
damage. Damn.
Burning from the outside and inside. We're gonna have a dinner tonight.
Holy God!
So, Echo, from where you are, for a moment you can't really see, and then suddenly Gibbs begins to glow this radiant, sickening green glow. And with that, you can see the dark shape of the Tyrannosaurus, seeming to almost try to, like, dislodge something from its throat. In this moment, you take your shot. The glowing pistol, no longer just this small sting, now accompanied with this almost like electricity. And as it strikes home, it ripples first, it kind of hits, and you can see now the green glow, this blue light that almost arcs around in many ways like your tattoos, sinking into the Tyrannosaurus, which roars out in pain. Anything else, Echo?
That would be it.
Very nice. That brings us to this Tyrannosaurus.
Spends his turn vomiting, get Bubs, and does nothing else.
Takes a Tums.
Oh, I've got such bad heartburn now.
Decides we're not worth the trouble and runs away
You
himself.
could hear just this,
I hate spicy food.
and it like kind of
Spice.
thrashes side to side. It's going to turn, and Gibbs, go ahead and make a reflex save as it stampedes out of the smoke.
18.
You kind of turn right as it's about to step, and you hurl yourself to the side, right to where you just were. It takes off. If you could move it 30 feet, so it's clearly outside of the smoke.
It's running away.
And you know what? It'll take its full movement. Move it another 5 feet forward.
Can I take an attack of opportunity?
Come easy.
You can.
Great. You guys see me pull out for the very first time a wand. It looks like the staff of Hermes, but I hold it,
Oh, the
which is like the
caduceus.
hospital, like the wings with
The
the snake. Caduceus, yeah. And I hold it by the wings, pointing like the butt of the staff towards the monster, and I just the wing, and it shoots a laser at the guy.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You have an automatic wand laser.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I have a wand-like pistol. So
very
it's the
That's
staff
great.
of Hermes as far as I'm concerned.
That's awesome. I love that.
Okay, 13 plus 4 is 17 to hit the thing.
You cock your wand, and you see it just and just kind of fires glancing off the hide. Not enough to make it.
That's
damage.
fine.
Picturing just like the
Not good at this.
comical little lightning bolt, like.
So, no problem. That is your attack of opportunity. It is going to claw. You can hear it roaring, and right at the end of its turn, Gibbs, you being the closest to it, hear a very familiar click.
Oh.
And then off in the distance, you hear artillery as it sets off another drop. We'll get back to that at the top of the round. Oh my god. So, Gibbs, what would you like to do? You hear that click, you hear the artillery burst in the distance.
That changed on my turn, so I'm sorry if I need a second.
What are you doing?
Okay, what I do is I know that that means more trouble because it meant trouble the first time. So I know that my friends are probably badly injured because they're not within my radius, and so I can only assume that they've gotten in trouble without me.
That's
so
fair.
I turn 180 from where I was running before, and I decide I'm gonna run back through the smoke the other way, that way.
Sure, you do it.
So I will do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
T-Rex's turn.
The T-Rex ran on its turn because it's choking on a fiery sledgehammer in its gullet.
I will continue to dash. I will use my action to dash.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, no problem.
When I run into this, can I skirt around it with
Yeah.
my action? Okay. Alright, so I can get to there.
Does the
Still-
smoke dissipate now?
Glowing because that lasts
how many
for 5 rounds
I
nowadays.
think it's 2 turns.
So
Yeah, you might be right.
So that goes right there. So yeah,
a
you
basic-
burst
I think a
out of the
basic.
smoke, kind of passing most of your party on your right. You look to your left. Bubs is like clawing themselves up a tree, just trying to stand up.
I make sure that I bump Echo on the way out.
Okay, no problem. Free action. Bump Echo on the way out.
Yeah.
That is your turn. Gibbs, that brings us to you. Spice.
Spice is going to look at Bubs that was just vomited out and like having a time, and she's gonna say, "You did great," and she's gonna like brush off some of the spit and give you an inspiring boost for 12 stamina points.
There you go. So, Bubs, you feel this inspiration enter you. Anything else, Spice?
No. She's
Alrighty.
just gonna go, "Woo, that was close."
No problem. That brings us to the top of the round.
Fuck us, guys.
Everybody, go ahead and make a reflex saving.
Fuck no!
Can't be will save this time.
About 50 feet overhead, you see this shell.
I love this
detonate.
dice.
Don't get too excited because I want that back at some
You're not
point.
getting
Okay. Bubs.
Oh, 17 plus 5, so 23 too.
Excellent.
17 total.
17 total. Unfortunate. Okay, what about you, Spice?
Not roll very well.
Natural 1. So I just rolled a 1, a 2, and a 1 all in a row, guys.
Nice job, Dan.
Tire that one. Use the other one.
I have all my luck now.
Yeah, fuck.
It's another napalm artillery.
11 for Gibbs. Apparently unlucky is an STD, and you just got it.
You've never had sex before. What?
Apparently,
Did you lie?
It's from
You
the super
lied!
soldier serum.
Oh my god, he lied to me!
It's a side effect.
Oh my god!
Bubs doesn't know what protection is. He thinks it's like a suit of armor.
Oh my
The
god!
explosions land all around you. Wood explodes. Super heated fragments of rock fly through the air.
Oh no.
Bubs, you take 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, you take 13 points of fire damage as these explosions ripple across the space. There are trees that are kind of cracked and burning. There are flowers that are now like petals in the air, falling down. Some of them almost on fire. Some of them just cinders.
Gibbs is hit by shrapnel and falls forward and is in bad shape. She scrambles to her feet again, but she is in bad shape.
That is the top of the round. That brings us to you, Bubs. Bubs, with the ringing of that explosion in your ears, you turn. There is even more smoke in the area now. It's hard to see anything. Things are chaotic. What do you want to do?
I think I'm going to turn on my jetpack and try to rush over to Gibbs and get her probably behind some kind of cover.
Okay. So for the first time, you trigger your jetpack. What does that look like for you?
Could we? How can I flavor it in a different way, or
That's
is
what
it
I'm
just like a
asking, yeah.
jetpack?
You tell me.
Could it be like feet jetpack?
Yeah, that's what Shay does.
Oh, cool. Okay. I want it to be like elbow feet jetpack.
Okay, so like Iron Man, but a little further up.
Yeah.
No problem. You hold your arms tight at your side,
Yeah.
and you rocket yourself
Oh my god, you're
forward.
becoming One Punch Man.
It's everybody's faded.
And do you let me?
I
take
do.
Okay.
You're,
I
I haven't even
you
told
guys
you
are
about
all
the
my
inspiration
friends.
behind yours.
5, 10,
And then where can I go from here? That's not you. That's
I'm with the. I've got my Wisp Ballet on.
Yeah.
20, and then I will move you behind.
So if you're carrying Gibbs, you're going to be encumbered.
I'm
so
a
you
small
lose.
creature, though.
That's true. Fair enough. Fair
Gibbs
enough.
is, by definition, not compact. She's compact.
So you kind of football carry Gibbs, and end your trajectory right behind that broken tree.
Yes.
Fantastic. Gibbs, injured as you are, you fall forward with the force of the shrapnel, and Bubs scoops you up and puts you into a safer space. This is still maybe not the best situation. That being said, anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
Shade, what would you like to do? Echo, you're on deck.
So I feel like from this vantage point, I can still see everything, right? I'm like over the
Yeah, oh,
smoke.
you can,
Oh,
you
and
have
the
the best.
smoke's gone.
You have the
Smoke's
best.
dissipated.
It's not dissipated, especially with the artillery just landing.
True.
However, for the moment, yeah, you have the best view of everybody. You can see everything.
Okay, so everyone's like getting clear of it. I'm gonna ready to shoot at this thing if it comes back.
Okay.
But like, you know, try to secure our retreat here.
Okay, no problem. So you ready in action to fire if it comes back?
And also to be on the lookout extra for another artillery that gets set off.
Sure. Echo, what do you want to do?
Where is it? No, go ahead.
Echo's gonna try and take cover somewhere from the artillery raining down above us.
Yeah.
And is going to kind of like try and communicate that to the team. It's like, it would be prudent of us to take cover in the event of another blast. And I think this rock would provide some cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe?
So you tuck in as close as you can to this sort of towering moss-covered rock. Based on the geography around you, probably the best cover that you can find.
Yeah.
Anything else?
just going to pull out my semi-auto pistol and prepare to attack if the T-Rex comes back around.
Okay. It is the T-Rex's turn.
Is
Let's
it
make an
gonna come back
important
around?
roll.
Negative DC because the
This is
power
the
of
roll.
friendship.
Friendship is a powerful
Yeah.
DC
And so
modifier.
you can see as it like crouches down for a
What
second,
the
it almost
clones are
sinks. You can hear this,
How many times has this already happened?
and then this warhammer out and across. You see it
pick that up
skid
later.
into the grass.
Rose, what's her face? I'm gonna pick it up.
You can
Good.
see the head now cranes around back in the direction of all of you.
Oh fuck, man.
Dun dun
Really?
And
dun. I hit those rocks. Sorry.
I can only go 40 feet. It's gonna, it's not super smart. Hang on. Okay. It's going to go right around the trees, and then it's going to head along the edge of the forest. So you see those blue mushroom kind of things?
Yeah.
It stomps over those,
Okay.
and it's going around the edge of the trees. You would imagine almost like it's trying to cut you off.
Can I try to take a shot at it with my ready to action?
You can. It is technically approaching you, sort of.
Just real quick, where did my hammer go?
You would see it. It's about 5 feet off the map in this direction.
This
Put a
direction?
little
No.
right there. Yeah,
Right where my dime is. Well,
okay.
your dime. Whatever.
That is
that dime.
The dime.
a 27.
That is, yeah.
All right, that's gonna do not a lot of damage. Oh, okay. 8 fire damage.
Nice. Okay, hey, every bit counts. From where you are, high atop this tree, you can see it cranes its neck back around, and it begins to skulk into the trees. But you can see this one huge eye, very much trained on Bubs. You can see almost tracking the white, damp shirt through the smoke and the fire. That is.
That's my reaction. and it's
Anything else?
movement.
Echo, do you want to use your. Hold on. Okay, go for it. Make your attack.
Shoot it.
I'm gonna try. That's a 26 against the KAC.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is not going to be as impressive. Supercharge is a once per day.
Ah,
But you did it.
Yeah, it was awesome, though.
That's great. That's just a thing.
yeah.
That's like not a bad amount of damage for what I assume you also
flies.
have.
This little tiny dart shooting out of your weapon like stings. It's almost like a mosquito buzzing through the trees, through the smoke, through the fire, and you would imagine it hits. No real reaction. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Echo, the first shot like leaves a hole in the hide. The second one doesn't really make any effect. But that is your turn, Echo. That brings us to this creature's turn.
No, that was my.
Sorry,
my
reaction.
ready
Reaction on its
It
turn.
had
So Gibbs,
already gone.
what would you like to do?
I kind of right myself in Bubs' arms and check. Are you damaged in any way that's important to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Great.
How, you got
No, I-
60
I don't-
points
yeah.
of fucking damage.
Doesn't matter. I already healed it. Took care of it.
I don't want to medic.
Then I use my move action to heal myself a bunch of stuff. Ooh, 8 plus 6
That's good.
plus. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry. This is not a D8.
That
I'm gonna
happens to me
roll the
sometimes.
whole thing. Hold on.
I do D12 instead of D20 sometimes.
7 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3. I'll do that math later, but I heal a bunch of damage.
Okay.
And I am still fucking glowing. And I see the T-Rex kind of come over Bubs' shoulders. And I'm gonna push through him, but I can't move, so I'm gonna kind of pull him into the crevice, and I'm gonna cast around him the wand I have.
Okay.
I don't think even if I hit a natural 20, I can hit this guy.
What is your bonus that you get?
It's just a ranged attack, right? To do a ranged attack with my weapon. So it's just a +4?
Yep.
So. 12.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
You fire from off in that little corner, and unfortunately, yeah, not really able to find purchase.
Great.
Anything else?
No, I healed. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
happy.
You hold your wands, and it feels almost silly in your hand, this little tiny wand against this gigantic Tyrannosaurus. But maybe next time.
Maybe.
That brings us to Spice. Spice, what do you want to do? Bubs, you're on deck.
Spice is like, whoa, shit, this is a little serious. And so she's going to move into these as for cover.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah. You're in there.
Get around. And then she's going to also look over at Bubs. I mean, not Bubs. Gibbs.
Gibbs is good after her turn, health wise. Just her HP
Okay.
is good.
Okay. Well, she's going to look at you anyway. And you're glowing green, and she like looks down at you. She goes, "That's a good look on you," and you get 12 SP points back.
Beautiful. Gibbs is fine. Gibbs in a round, perfectly fine.
You feel bolstered by that compliment. You know what? Maybe bloodied and battered is a good look for you.
Green is good for me.
So, anything else, Spice?
You know,
That's
it ain't easy
everything
being
I
green.
can do.
There you go. That brings us to the top of the round, and Bubs.
How
what do you
tall
wanna
is this
do?
T-Rex?
This T-Rex, I mean, so as it's like running forward, probably about 20 feet tall.
Okay.
It's like fully upright, closer to like 32, maybe. It's it's a long neck.
Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, like, lure the dinosaur towards me.
Okay.
Bro, everybody's around you.
Yeah. And I can fly 120 feet
Whoa.
if I do a run action. So I think I'm going to just move. So 5, 10, so 10 feet minus 120. So I have 110 feet movement left, and then I will probably. I want to get to the height right above its reach.
Okay.
So you said it's 30 feet, so I probably want to be 45
Sure.
something. I imagine it can jump, but I mean it's going to be a hard to hit jump. So.
Sure.
And I still want to go to. So I want to do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
So you're just chilling above the dinosaur?
yeah, I have the thing for the in air. This thing.
Okay, you got one.
Got my-
So you activate the feet and elbow jetpack, and as you do, you hover. You're gonna wait there, or are you going like over it?
What do you mean over it?
Like the monster's here, are you going up and over to
Or
be
you're just
here?
waiting like
Yeah, I'm
there?
like waiting.
Okay, you're waiting
And I'm
there.
gonna. That's all I can do. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Free action. I'll just be like,
You want a piece of me again? I've already been inside of you. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Bubs blushes mad hard.
That brings us to Shade. Echo, you're on deck.
Okay. How bloodied is this thing looking? Not very much at all, right?
It's hard to
Like-
say. You know, it's behind a forest right now, and there's smoke and fire. I mean, difficult to tell.
I think gonna yeah, I think I'm gonna pull out the grenade and ready my action to throw it if it gets like within 15 feet of Bubs.
Okay, no
Like
problem.
once it clears the tree line.
Okay, no problem.
essentially,
So as soon
and,
as it like steps
turns-
into your sight line, you're gonna throw it
Not
over there.
sight line, once it turns its body so that it can't just like back up past it.
Okay, no problem. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to you, Echo.
Echo's gonna kind of see Bubs like hovering in air, and chooses to provide some like harrying fire to
Okay.
kind of distract it as it approaches. Okay. That's a natural 20.
Love to see it. You love to see it.
So what is the effect of that?
So I make an attack roll against AC 15. If I hit, I deal no damage, but the next ally to attack that foe gains a +2 circumstance bonus.
It's
Nice.
with ally, but with guns.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, can you put that on there? That'll be a physical effect.
Put on the tail.
You
ring
can see
around?
as Bubs yells for this thing to come after him. For the first second, the snout pokes around the edges of the bush. Shade, you hold this grenade ready to throw it, but then all of a sudden there is this hail of tiny little stinging fire that goes around the edge, and it's forced to almost retreat back. But
right.
that's great. Echo, anything else?
Echo's looking where they are, so they're gonna stay where they are.
Okay. So for that moment, they back up, but then, as it is their turn, they're going to move 45 feet. Is there anybody closer than Bubs?
No. Well, Echo's right down there, actually.
So then they're going to come right into Echo's area over here.
10, 15,
Fact.
All right, grenade.
20,
Yep.
25. It can get like there if it
Excellent.
wants.
So go ahead, roll your attack for your grenade.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. What does it count as a ranged
Thrown.
It's a throne.
It's thrown.
So you use your strength modifier.
Well, there's
strength?
a thrown there's attacks.
There's a throne on the
There's a
thing.
throne.
Oh yeah.
Right there, yeah. He's hit.
All right. So that's 26
Against.
it's a grenade.
It's a grenade, sorry, yeah. All right.
Against.
It gets a reflex, right?
Yes, I believe it gets a reflex saving throw.
That is going to be a failure.
Nice.
All right.
Good.
Let me
So
see.
roll damage.
What
Is the
damage
radius on
is.
that grenade?
It is
My proficiency's not added here.
15 feet, which is how far away I wanted it to be, so that it
Okay,
would not.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Roll damage on that.
For me,
Nice. That is 9 damage in like
Is that the same
that
range?
radius, the 15.
Okay. So that'll hit.
oh wait, no.
Probably a little further back.
That'll
If
just
it
hit it.
stops
It shatters
from
that
that.
stone, like elements of superheated stone rain out around in front. This creature roars. Absolutely, yeah, great work. Now it finishes its movement almost right on top of you, Echo. It is going to take an attack. And as it rears down at you, that is only going to be a 28.
Only a 28.
It's pretty low for it. All right. I assume that's a hit.
Yeah, believe it or not.
I have a feeling Harlax can just like solo these.
That would be
Yeah, I mean,
rough.
He's the gore fiend. He can do anything.
As it
I am so
bites
scared
down,
of that guy.
clamping around your torso,
Currently, I'm scared of this.
that is going to be 28 points of piercing damage. What is your
Bro.
KAC?
17.
This thing
Okay.
fucking.
It takes a chunk, ripping out elements of your mechanisms. There is sparks and electricity that fires out of your body, but it does not swallow you whole. It pulls like elements of your actual physical form away. You're missing matter. But that is its turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Spice, you're on deck.
Are you actually bleeding?
Leaking fluid now.
All of Gibbs's friends have fled into places where she can't put herself between them and the scary monster. So she will. Fuck it. She's gonna run up, glowing as she does, over to Echo.
Positively glowing.
Absolutely glowing. So happy. And regards you a little upsettedly, and so chooses to just take a chomp at your forearm with her teeth, touching you and healing you. So you get 6 + 1, so 7, plus 8.
Damn.
So you get that much health points back.
14.
So you take, you take 9 points of healing as you take 1 point of piercing damage from Gibbs taking a chomp out of your forearm. But from that bite, there is a spread of warmth that at first you're like, oh my god, this is rabies, and then healing.
And so that takes my
Move action, right?
so it's a move action to heal myself. Healing an ally is a standard action,
Standard.
and healing all allies within 30 feet is a full action. So that takes my standard action. So I
Nice.
will cross my arms at this T-Rex and just stand there like a glowing, angry rat, just upset about the situation and can't do
fair.
shit about it.
Okay, no problem.
So-
Gibbs, you are angry. That brings us to Spice, and then Bubs, you're on deck at the top of the round.
Spice is going to grant. Well, okay, so what happens is she sees Echo literally get a bite taken out of them. Echo. And she's going to look over at Echo and scream, "Hurry!" and grant you an extra move action on your next turn.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's ridiculous.
What is that called?
It's literally just called Hurry.
That's
I love
Fantastic.
that.
I love
I have
that
so
so
many
much.
move
That's
actions
so
that I
I
can
know.
never do
I
them.
took
Wow.
that as my level 5 envoy improvisation.
That's so good.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's so
Yes.
That's excellent.
All right.
Yep. And then she's going to kind of crouch deeper into the bushes and be like, I hope it doesn't fucking see me.
Okay, you crunch yourself as deep as you can into the vegetation, and for what it's worth, it is certainly focused on Echo and the glowing rat. They're very visible targets.
Yeah, okay.
However, that is your turn, Spice.
Yep, that's my
Top of
turn.
the round, Bubs. From your position, hovering over top, basically, this Tyrannosaurus, it goes underneath you and takes a chunk out of Echo. What are you doing?
Well, I wanted it to get its attention to go after me, so I'm going to attack it.
Make it
Try
attack
to make
roll.
it.
This T-Rex has never been so popular. Everyone wants its attention.
Oh, a 15 plus 6. 21.
Against what?
Are you punching it?
Yeah, I'm just using my fist. Red Star Bleed.
Yeah, but so can you check real quick? Is that against the KAC or because
Oh,
this
I don't-
matters?
I don't know what it is.
It's E and F damage, but that doesn't.
Red.
So that's EAC.
Oh, you have it right here. Yeah.
It's E and F.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
energy
E
and
and F.
fire
Okay.
damage. Yeah.
Okay, so that hits.
Okay, good. Let me just.
It was close. It almost didn't.
Tough exterior.
Yes.
1d6. That's what it is. That is a
Nice.
6 plus 13, 19.
Nice. So from
One
your
Punch
hovering
Man.
position, almost like Superman, like you fire forward
One Punch
using your
Man,
rocket
like,
back. Yeah.
please.
You bring one punch forwards and deal a tremendous amount of damage. The red star plasma spike pierces the rough hide and seems to almost split down like 6 inches of this thick exterior. It pops open and blood gushes out. You're bright red, even through the field, stained with viscera. Anything else,
I have a
Bubs?
second attack.
There you go. Make your second attack.
Come on.
Jesus.
Is that cocked?
Yeah, that's cocked.
Okay. Oh, that's even worse. A 3. Okay. That's my turn.
3 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that misses. However, after the first blow, it almost retracts away from you, causing you to miss. This thing, that hurt it a lot. It does not like that. But it is still very much now focused on you.
Good, good.
That is your turn, Bubs. Shade, what would you like to do? Echo, you're on deck.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Do it.
I'm gonna shoot it a couple times because I'm gonna use my move action to activate double tap.
There you go.
Nice.
Fantastic. Oh, we're seeing all the new stuff in action.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a 22
22 against?
against EAC.
That hits.
And all right, so let me see because it's not just rolling twice. Oh, it was actually a 23, so it wouldn't
That
have
still
met it.
hits.
But yeah, okay. That's 5 damage.
You can't tell if it hits or not. Matt knows that it does. Shade's not sure.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it really. You see the laser fire out. It looks like it hits and just dissipates harmlessly on the hide. However, anything else, Shade? You get another attack? Double tap, right?
No, it just
attack.
adds a bonus.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Echo. You can see Bubs flying into this Tyrannosaurus with this huge punch. The dinosaur staggers to the side with the blow. little laser streaks out of somewhere. What do you want to do?
Oh. Did do a little more damage.
How much more?
+1.
Hey,
And
every inch counts.
plus another.
Okay, your character level.
Yeah, plus another 5.
Okay, I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, that
Yeah,
really
that's a
does
lot.
count.
Damage, man.
So this time, as it seems to almost do nothing, you take another shot, and this one seems to almost like
There it is.
it's the
Literally
exact
pew, pew.
same spot again. This time, you see
Double
the little
tap.
tiny
The extra
Tyrannosaurus hand just like wave as if swatting away a fly. However, that is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Echo.
Echo is going to take full advantage of the double move action there.
Yeah.
And take a guarded step backwards.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent. That's super smart. Damn, that's a great
I
strategy.
know. It was a level 5 improvisation that I was like,
I was all
need
ready
this.
to be like,
So
attack of
useful.
opportunity. Let's
So
kill Echo
useful.
now.
it really is.
not.
It's not useful for. Yeah, well, glad you guys like it.
It's great
appreciate it.
support. We need the support.
That is my whole character. You're
Alrighty,
welcome.
So guarded step. You, as soon
Respect
as you
your
see,
supports.
as soon as you see this Tyrannosaurus take a look away, looking up at Bubs after this huge blow, you take this opportunity to sneak a step backwards.
And then Echo's going to move their full movement. Well, not their full movement. Almost their full movement. Whoop. Take the trees with me. And then turn around. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or not. I had a plan
What do
and
you
now
wanna
it's
do?
gone.
That's good for Gibbs if you're gonna do the thing you have open.
Very good for Gibbs.
I'm going to attempt a trick attack.
Okay,
Nice.
Team
fantastic.
synergy.
So that is a contested roll, right?
Yes. So it's I have to attempt a bluff, intimidate, or stealth check with a DC equal to 20 plus the target's CR,
Okay,
which I'm assuming is real high.
go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. Don't laugh. I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, he's coughing.
Maybe not. Well,
It's really low.
It's 20.
Maybe it's.
Oh, wow, 22.
shut up, man.
That's probably like a quarter. You fire.
I think it's like 23 more.
You see this little needle just disappear into the hide. Doesn't seem to notice at all.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was my that was it.
Well, on a trick attack, even if you miss, it's still flat-footed,
Oh! That's nice.
right?
Succeed at the check.
Oh, if you succeed at the check, that's right. If you succeed at the check but miss on the attack,
Attack, yes.
damn it.
Unfortunate.
You're right.
So, for
Darn
this moment,
it.
doesn't seem to have helped. Anything else, Echo?
That was it.
There you go. So, Echo, you do create a little bit of distance and you do feel a little bit safer. However, that does bring us to the Tyrannosaurus Rex's turn. Having just been rocked by Bubs, it's going to turn and snap right back.
Let's do it.
All right, Bubs. It is going to be. That's definitely going to hit. That is a 35. And so you are going to be taking. Where's my other d6? 33 points of piercing damage.
Jesus Christ.
Reduced by 5 because you are resistant.
Okay, so 28.
As soon as you hit it, it rocks to the side. Its head whips around and it sinks its teeth into your arm so hard you feel the bones snap. How much health do you have
definitely
left?
snapping.
14.
14.
Like, the bones definitely snapped.
As it yanks its mouth away, almost like tearing ribbons of flesh out, your arm just dangles limp to the side. That is its attack. So that's going to bring us to Gibbs. Spice, you're on deck. Gibbs, from where you are, you see this creature take a huge chunk out of Bubs.
Just real quick, what height am I at? I was probably at
45 feet?
Yeah, okay.
Shit, you're at 45 feet?
Yeah.
No one can heal you. You're too far away.
Too high.
Fuck.
Just so you are aware, it does have a reach 20.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to the fucking T-Rex.
Okay.
And
No, you're not Gibbs. No.
I'm gonna cast a
Suicide
melee spell
mission.
attack against its EAC.
You idiot!
Adding my wisdom modifier to it. Ooh, no. Okay. No. 9 to hit.
That is a miss. Gibbs, in this moment of bravery, you peel a little bit and then storm forward into battle.
Guys.
You can't really see. There's fire. There is smoke. There's this explosion in the back as the rock rockets out in front of you. You hear Bubs yell out as he's bitten. You reach forwards and you touch this creature and nothing happens.
And so I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to climb up its fleshy leg to get to the back of
Why would you do that?
to try and get close
Gibbs,
to Bubs.
you can't break up your movement.
Thank God.
Part of my movement. Fuck.
Yeah.
Descriptions. Fuck.
Probably
There
for
you
the
are.
best.
That's why I have 2 moves.
Gibbs,
and
anything else?
Gibbs.
I'm gonna kick it in its toe with my toe.
Okay. Similar to Pokemon, it is not very effective. That is your turn. Spice, what would you like to do? You see Gibbs
my
run up
God.
and just kind of punch this creature. That is probably probably orders of magnitude larger than Gibbs.
Spice is like, we are in so much trouble. She refrains from, she messages everybody with her mind. Retreat, question mark?
What is the range on that?
60.
Okay.
Nice.
60 feet.
I suggested that at the beginning.
How bloody is this thing?
And then she's going to look at Shade and be like,
Look down.
hurry. Do something good, and grants you an extra move action.
Oh boy. All right.
I don't know what you can do, but you go before most people, so do something good.
All right. Ooh.
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay. Come on, I need some, not a 1. Not a 1! Wow!
Spice, with your telepathy, you get the sense as you message out a kind of broadcast to the group, you touch more minds than are present just in Mosaic Team 5.
Fucking hell!
But
Are we surprised?
whoever the other entity is does not seem to respond to that urge. So that is your turn. That brings us to the top of the round. Bubs, what would you like to do?
If I do a guarded step, would I be able to get out of its attack of opportunity?
So a guarded step moves you 1 foot back.
5 feet.
Okay. What was the reach again?
I'm at 45 feet.
I know, but I told you. Right. You're at 45. So if you're moving a guarded step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Actually.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you take a guarded step, and in this moment, as it snaps at you, you kind of put both feet, one on each lip, and use your rocket pack to off. It kind of burns the lips a little bit, and this thing roars as it backs its head up. But you manage to take that 5 feet,
Okay, and I'm out of its range, right?
as far as you can tell. What are you doing?
I think the only thing I can do.
Retreat.
Can I move by speed or? No,
So
that's
you
already-
guarded step.
Yeah, that's already
your
my move
movement.
action.
Fuck, sorry. I should have given you the.
But now Shade, who has not moved from that tree,
Okay.
has
I
two.
know,
No, I know what
fuck,
I'm gonna
man.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to do a similar move. I'm going to activate my red star, and then I'm going to drop it as a free action on top of it.
Okay. I do not believe it is the same effect. Wait, give me 1 second here. Because I think it activates on attack.
No, once activated, the solar brand generates a protruding arrowhead-shaped field of plasma.
Okay. If you are going to drop it, just roll a d20.
Alright.
You're not in it, so it's not quite as effective.
A 10
Okay.
plus.
There's no plus to that. That's whether or not it just balances.
I don't
on
get my
top.
attack modifier.
You're dropping it on top of this. It's not the same as leaving it on
I could
inside
have
its
thrown it,
body.
and I would have got my modifier.
Yeah. So you activate this and just let go. You see it goes ting, He just bounces off.
What did you just throw?
His weapon.
He
Anything
dropped. He
else?
didn't even throw.
Is it near me where it lands potentially?
Where it would land is probably, yeah, basically right at your feet. Suddenly, Gibbs, like burning in the grass, you can see this plasma spike. Anything else, Bubs?
Throwing all your weapons away.
That's it.
Alrighty, Shade. You look down and you see Bubs like hovering above this for a moment. Look left, look right, not sure what to do. He activates his weapon and then just drops it into the dinosaur. You watch as it slides off into the grass. What would you like to do?
How injured is it looking now? With my combat, what's its HP on the combat tracker?
Oh, right, you have the combat tracker. You don't actually know its HP.
Yeah, I know.
However, what I will say is it has taken a substantial amount of damage at this point.
Its heartbeat's kind of slowed. All right. I think I'm gonna drop down from the tree.
Okay.
Go pick up the fucking thing that Bubs just dropped.
You don't have to do that.
And then,
Well, he's got
you're
his extra
fucking
move
injured as
action.
shit.
Not
Yeah.
now.
Are you good?
Yeah, I healed myself. Spice gave me stuff. I'm great.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine, actually.
Well, I'm still gonna help you get out of there, so I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna fucking try to punch this thing with it.
Okay, so you grab it
Like if
out
it
of the
well,
dirt.
to make it make more sense, if it tries to like chomp down, I'm gonna try to like punch
Mario
it
punches
under the under the
So
jaw.
you're readying the action. You're picking up the weapon, readying the action. No problem.
Yeah, and I guess my movement was to get down there,
Yep.
and
You have
to
two
pick
move
it up,
actions.
and then
So the first one,
then the other one was to
Cool.
pick it up, right?
excellent.
Or
So you
yeah,
still
I think picking
get a
up
whole
something
ass
counts.
other thing to
And then
do.
I'm readying my action
Okay.
to
Yeah.
punch the shit out of it.
Very good.
with This
That
thing
is your
I-
turn. So you ready, holding on to this just in case. Echo, from where you are, where are you? Oh, you're all the way over there. So yeah, you can see all this happening. No problem. You see this weapon slide off the Tyrannosaurus Rex. What do you want to do?
Echo needs a chance at redemption. They're gonna angle a little bit more this way,
Okay.
not fall over.
Okay.
And they're gonna try once more to attempt a trick attack. They're gonna level their pistol at the T-Rex's head.
There you go.
It's cocked. God damn it. It's another 22.
A 22.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why are you sighing at
That's
these 22s?
good. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh,
Cool.
Wait, no, but because it's
That's the bluff check.
Oh, that's the bluff check.
Oh,
and
this is
20
the
plus is.
No. That is nothing then.
Yeah.
So you fire, and again, it just kind of sinks into the thick hide.
We're bringing you back.
Anything else, Echo?
So when you do a trick attack, you get a +4 depending on your operative thing half the time. So for me, I put mine into bluff.
I know what I'm gonna do.
If when I attempt a trick attack, so you have to add your +4 modifier if it lines up with your bluff. I don't know if you took like I lined it up so when I did a bluff check, I get a +4 because I'm an operative. I took a single level in that. So I would check that if I was you. And I think it's called like operative. It's like a
For
theme.
what it's worth, +4 won't help.
Okay.
So,
Damn it.
good idea. But in this moment, the little dart seems to just disappear into the Tyrannosaurus. No notice or effect. Anything else, Echo?
That's a full action.
Alrighty. So this Tyrannosaurus, Shade, you can go ahead and make your ready to action. It's going to immediately try to snap at Bubs.
at Bubs.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I might die.
It's a lot harder for it now that Bubs has taken that step up. But
Let me see.
it's still gonna try. It's not very smart.
That is a 21
Against
against EAC.
that hits.
Nice. Right? EAC?
Yeah.
That just barely hits. Oh right, yeah. It's the plasma
Red star.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the AC.
How much damage does this thing do?
1d6.
Oh, it
plus
says it right there.
Whatever.
Okay. Plus, yeah.
What?
That is 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Okay. Not bad. As you see this thing begin to crane its head towards Bubs and its legs tense as if it's about to jump up to take a snap, You have like an uppercut with this red plasma spike, and it hits right in the neck, kind of pulling down. There's a gout of blood that rushes across your hand. It's hurt. It's still going to leap up and take this attack at Bubs.
Fucking.
This is probably Bub's last.
No!
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you got 2.
Okay, I
Ooh.
got resolve
Well,
points. You're
is
good.
this cocked? That's the real... Because this...
Resolve
it still
points
might
will
not
fix
miss
it
that.
all.
That's not cocked. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. That's it rolling a 3. That
Bro,
is
what?
going to be...
Sweet.
Bubs. You are taking 34 points of
Yeah, I'm
piercing
down.
damage, reduced by 5 because you are resistant to 29.
Yeah, I'm down.
So as you begin to pull away, taking that guarded step, this creature is hit hard from underneath by shade,
still in the air
but it
for a
still
little.
manages to leap. For a second, for all of you, you watch as this massive, huge creature bunches its legs and jumps. It only makes it like 5 feet off the ground, but that's all that it really needs. And it snaps into Bubs and slams him to the ground. Bubs, you are you're unconscious on the ground, and at 0 hit points, I would imagine. So. That
5 feet
its
is
turn.
all I need to make an attack of opportunity against it because 5
That is
feet
true.
is my melee
That
range.
is true. Yeah, you absolutely can.
Oh wait, do I also get an
Yeah.
attack?
You
of
already
opportunity?
used
I
your
already
ready
used
action.
it
I
as my
believe.
ready
Do you
action.
have a reaction though?
Yeah.
So then, yeah,
I
you
think
can.
so, right?
Then I am going to.
Because that was your readied action, so you still have a
All
reaction.
right. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot it with
Yeah, make
my
your attack roll,
pistol
sure.
because
Oh, maybe
Didn't
I did
think about that,
distract
but
it.
it's also not very smart, so it wouldn't have really known how.
Is it 20?
No, it's not even close, but it's a 17. It's the highest I've gotten with this thing.
It's a total of 17.
No, hold up, hold up.
Okay, I was gonna say
It's a 21 with the wand I carry now.
that is against its
EAC.
Gibbs. That just hits.
Wow. Thank
Please
you.
kill it. Please
Unfortunately, it's not lethal,
Ah, fucking.
but I
mine
do
is
2d6.
lethal, and I got a 28.
That hits.
Nice.
10 damage plus.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty good.
And that's another.
Gibbs, as you hit this creature, and it like comes down for a landing, the legs wobble badly. It's as if whatever this electric current is that is fired out through this wand seems to almost immobilize elements of the muscles, and you can see them spasming under the thick skin. It's beginning to look pretty hurt.
8 fire
8
damage.
fire damage.
Take 10 points of damage. That's pretty good. Oh, attacks of opportunity.
As it comes down now, the other leg kind of wobbly. You can see that hit seems to have hit almost like the back where an Achilles tendon might be. And so now on 2 wobbly legs, this creature suddenly seems a little bit more uncertain. It looks up with these heat-filled eyes at Bubs, but for the very first time, it seems to almost begin to turn. Anything else? Sorry, that was it jumping up.
reactions.
Reaction. That's the end of its turn. Gibbs. As it comes down wobbly right over top you can see Bubs hits the ground hard. His arm at an unnatural angle. What would you like to do?
I instantly spit up into my hands in an action you guys have never seen before and spread them out towards Bubs, casting Stabilize
Nice.
on him. And all of your wounds are filled with the ichor and bile of Gibbs, and you automatically stabilize. You don't need to spend points. You can still take damage and you'll still be fucked, but for right this second, you're good.
Okay.
So you don't need to use a resolve point.
Correct.
Gibbs, as you see the body
It's
hit the ground,
It takes a turn for me to do it, but I can stabilize people.
That's
you regurgitate elements that are like edges of your cheek pouch, but also definitely some Gibbs bile, and you spread that
That's
over
why you're the
Bubs.
medical officer.
Bubs, even though you are unconscious and really almost dead, your body shudders with revulsion as germ avoidant as
it's
it is.
probably better because he's already covered in saliva and bile from a fucking
Bubs is
dinosaur,
having a
right?
bad day.
And the blood, because it.
And Gibbs's wisp ally fades because it's the 5th turn. It
go.
only lasts for 5 turns.
No problem.
And she will use her movement to share a space with Bubs and do kind of that feral, like, this is mine over it to the monster.
Sure, almost a hiss. This creature, you would imagine, almost would roar back, but for the first time, it's beginning to seem really unsure of the situation. Its legs not working the way that it wants, and that's very unfamiliar to it. However, that is your turn. That brings us to Spice. Spice, from where you are, this creature is badly hurt. You see Bubs almost like wrecked on the ground. You see Gibbs protecting him. What do you want to do?
I'm torn between shooting it and inspiring Bubby.
What do you want to do?
She's going to choose to inspire Bubs. So you wake the fuck up. I go, wake the fuck up! Bubby! Heart.
Yells out, "Wake up!"
Heart!
across the forest. Sure.
Giving you 12 points of stamina back.
nice.
Bubs, your
it's
eyes
not much,
shoot
but-
open. You are covered in blood, bile, Gibbs fluid. There is every possible contaminant imaginable on you, but you are alive.
And there's a gib butthole in your face.
Right in your face.
In this moment when I was passed out, I envision this crowd of village people. Like I'm in this like town square with like pitchforks and fire, and they're all congregated against me, saying, "This is your fault. You did this. You did this to us." And I'm just like,
I didn't mean to. What did I? No!
and then I wake up.
Okay. And there is chaos. You look up and the dinosaur is directly over top you, but so are many of your allies. That is Spice's turn. That brings us to the top of the round.
Oh, as a free action, I'm gonna go, who's out there?
Okay. Make a diplomacy check.
Okay, I can do that. Not rolling with this die though. I can roll with something else.
Harlax the gore fiend. I'm here to kill you guys.
Okay. You said diplomacy, right?
Yeah.
We like diplomacy.
That is a 22.
Okay.
Oh, 23, sorry.
23. Okay. From out in the distance, you just hear, "No one!"
What?
Oh, it's fucking Chad.
Fucking
Ah,
Dorado.
damn
Your
it.
turn. That brings us to the top of the round. Bubs,
Diego.
as your eyes are open on the ground, you look up at this dinosaur. What do you want to do?
Can I take a guarded step to get out of its reach?
Yeah, you kind of roll, almost like a little kid rolling down the hill to get out of its range. But yeah, no problem.
Actually,
You roll back.
Actually,
instead of doing that, can I attack it, bro?
Yeah,
I'm gonna attack it.
you're taking. Oh, hang on, I gotta see what the modifier is for that because you are prone.
Oh, I can't just stand up with a swift action?
Yeah, you can use your swift action.
Okay,
to
yeah.
no problem. Okay, yeah, make your attack.
Alright. That is 12 plus, and I'm gonna do a standard attack. Because this thing's almost dead. Plus 10. So 22.
Against this KAC?
Yes.
Because you don't have your weapon currently.
Oh no, then it's just a normal hammer fist.
Ah, what is that?
I don't know.
unarmed?
Yeah, what's your unarmed? What's your...
That is something I don't have.
Just go to your character sheet, my
Oh, okay, yeah, hold on. It doesn't say hammer fist.
You also, I didn't.
It's just...
Oh, unarmed strike. There we go.
No, it's a battle glove.
Still.
Oh, it's an actual weapon that you have?
Stamina.
Are you wearing
So you
that?
punching up with a battle weapon?
you wearing
Or
that?
I
battle
didn't
gun?
Yeah.
heal,
Oh,
Okay,
I
then
heal hit points when I
press X.
stabilize.
Okay.
Go
We'll have
there.
to look and see what that
Do
does
this.
later.
Yeah.
It's that.
No, he's asking if it's KAC or EAC.
Oh, it's
not-
K. If it's
it's
just
a
your
punch,
fist, it's
it's
KAC.
KAC. Yeah,
So,
punch
but what
is
is the roll?
No,
to
it's a
hit?
battle glove.
Okay.
So
What is the
it's
roll to
Still
hit?
KAC.
Say again?
What is the roll to hit?
22.
Oh, 22.
22. Okay, and that is against KAC?
Yes.
That just hits.
Okay, good.
Yay.
So roll damage.
Boom
Yep.
on the snout. Stop it.
That's a D4. That is a
That
3 plus, I believe, 13. So 16 damage.
Damn.
With your fucking fist?
Yeah.
You punch this thing from the ground standing up, and as you do, its head rocks to the side.
This has to kill.
You can see it is badly, badly hurt, but it is still up. Anything else, Bubs?
That's all I can do. I thought that was going to kill it. That's why I
If
did.
you had your weapon, you imagine that might have done it, but this thick hide, just a little too much.
Why do I throw my things.
I don't know. That is,
We're all
your turn,
wondering
Bubs.
that, buddy.
That brings us to you, Shade, from where you are down in the ground.
I
now,
should do that.
Over in the corner. What are you doing?
Full action, quadruple tap.
Okay, make an attack roll.
All right, the first one is a dirty 20, so that's gonna miss.
Dirty 20 against EAC?
Yes.
That just hits.
Oh, okay.
EAC is 20.
Cool. All right, should I make the second attack first and do all the damage, or?
Roll damage for that.
All right. That's 4 plus 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage. Shade. Tell us how it happened.
Hey, there it is. You love to
Shoot
see
this
it.
motherfucker in the eye.
Okay, so as it bends down, you can see as Bubs like makes this attack against it, it rocks just a little bit and it cranes its head down. Bubs, right in front of your face, it stretches its mouth open and there is this loud roar. And right as it's about to snap its teeth over you, Shade, you pull the trigger and this little laser shot goes right in
Well, it's
one
actually
eye.
because I did do the quadruple tap.
Fair enough.
It's 4 pews.
So in this moment, as it roars and almost closes down around Bubs, you level the gun directly point blank at the eye, and you unload into the open, like furiously open, gaping eyeball. The eye itself, like 1.5 feet wide, it is impossible to miss. You unload the pistol into the pupil, the whole eyeball crumbles inwards, and the exterior eye bursts as this thing falls down to the ground, dead. And you've all killed a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Woo!
I
By the
grab
skin of our teeth.
Bubs by the ear and I yank him down to the ground in front of me.
Sure. You grab him by the ear and
Bubs!
yank him down.
And I will cast Healing Channel and I will heal you, but I'm upset about it. And so you get a chomp on your eyebrow.
Gibbs going around chomping on people. Gibbs bites you, but it's weird. It almost feels, it hurts, but there is a healing component with it as well.
I'm still kind of dazed from that like daydream I have, and I say out,
I didn't mean, don't bite her. Oh, Gibbs.
And everyone in 30 feet,
That's like everyone.
everyone within 30 feet gets 14 health points back.
14 health points?
Health points, only health points. Always. Only.
Always health points.
You see suddenly, for you especially, Spice, bursting out of the forest, Chad attitude, green trench coat.
Oh, God.
No!
Oh my god, there's a mini!
I kept rolling
Stop.
Yes.
to help you guys.
This thing's fucking dead. And
Chatitude
is
has
coming
a
in to
mini
replace
before
it.
Echo.
He's been around for
I hate Chatitude
That's
so
fair.
much. I just want to be on record. I hate him.
So he runs out of the forest, and you can hear him just go, "Good job! I'll see you up front." And he just disappears.
I hate him so
running
much.
off
Dumb
into the,
fuck, get out of
ahead
here.
you guys.
We should just kill him.
We need him to
I mean,
defeat
you can attack him if you want. He's
I know, but
running.
like later on,
Not really feeling
I hate
so
him
hot,
so
are
much.
we?
Can I inspiring boost myself?
Probably.
You
I
read
can
the
heal
description,
myself.
but I'm not sure.
If it says all allies.
Bubs, you hear as it like fades off into the distance, "Fuck you guys!" and he just kind of disappears.
Bubs, are you still hurt?
Oh, yeah,
Focus. Are you still hurt?
yeah. I'm sorry.
Is everyone
I'm
okay?
I need some healing. I'm not doing so well.
Do we have 10 minutes?
I'm like, what is the probability that Chad can actually handle Harlax on his own? Yeah, we probably have 10 minutes.
I believe we
Alright.
have 10 minutes.
I, once a day, spend 10 minutes to heal you 25 hit points. But it requires me to touch you the entire time, and so we have to hold hands for 10 minutes.
That's so cute.
But I am not happy about it because you died.
So it's pause,
So if
back
we're taking
pause.
a 10-minute rest, that also means all of our stamina points also regenerate.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm asking for a short rest to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, so then all of his hit points and all of his
Well,
stamina
no.
points.
25 hit points. If
Oh,
that's
25.
not all, that's all you get.
No, that actually I think is exactly all.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should take a rest and gather ourselves. I don't believe that Chad is going to be too much of an issue if we wait 10 minutes. In fact, that would probably be best because
Here's the thing.
he would draw out Harlax.
Well, why would he draw out Harlax?
You
Harlax.
hear off in the
Or
distance again
die.
another burst of artillery.
Perhaps he will just set off all the traps in our back.
Looking up to see, is it coming towards us or is it further like where Chad
Yeah, make a
is?
perception check.
23?
You see maybe 200 feet off in the direction that Chad was running, a detonation above the ground, maybe 50 feet, similar to what you'd seen before. And you see these little bomblets spread out before destruction, maybe 250 feet away through the woods.
This isn't just about him whittling away our health points or whatever. Like, this isn't about a race of stamina. This is also a warning that Harlax knows when people are coming close, so he's going to be
Yes.
prepared for us as well.
Yes, which is why I suggested that we let Chad go in first and then try and use that to our advantage.
No.
Strategy.
A
All right,
vanguard, if
everybody,
you will.
take a quick nap.
I can keep watch.
Okay.
Using that perception check over the course of 10 minutes, the life comes back to the forest slowly. You hear the insects first and then some birds. Nothing large, nothing that is threatening to you. And so at the end of 10 minutes, all of you can mark off a short rest and recover your stamina points.
My jar is at about half. FYI, if anyone's
Spice?
paying attention.
Oh no, that's okay.
Okay,
This is good stuff.
I would like to get back my Red Star Blade from Shade and also my...
Yeah, I would return that to you.
You're right.
That was a big knee
Gibbs,
hit
do you
there.
need assistance?
Okay, no problem. You take that back.
And I would like to get my hammer as well.
Make a perception check. As I look around for where I put your hammer.
Can I help him with that?
Yes, I don't think I need it because I got a 19 plus 8, so 27. This dice is great.
Yeah, absolutely. You find it just over on the ground, and I'll give it back to you when I find it. But you have it back.
Yeah.
You have Gibbs in tow by hand.
You're just yanking
what?
Gibbs around.
Yeah.
Gibbs is just like
I need to find my hammer.
exasperated noises the whole time. But no problem. You all mark off a short rest, and you know, looking forward, you can see Chad Attitude not leaving a subtle trail. Pretty easy to follow. You see broken branches. You see footsteps.
Can
in
I
the
look
mud.
around for Rose Lashwind,
Make a
thinking that
perception
she's
check,
smart enough to
sure.
know that we're just problematic and is probably doing the same thing to us that we're doing to Chad? $17.
For a moment, as you were looking out and into the forest, kind of following Bubs around, not paying attention to him, for a moment you feel like you almost see something in the trees. And then you see one of these little parrot-like rotund birds use its feathers to really balance itself to a different branch, not so much able to fly
I
here.
mean, Rose has like natural camouflage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's always
You'd
long.
imagine she's going
But
to be
Gibbs
tough
is-
to see.
If Gibbs hadn't rolled a 5, that would have been a good roll for her.
As I'm holding Gibbs's hand and picking up my hammer.
Gibbs, I had a dream. Everyone in this town square was yelling at me with pitchforks and fire. They were saying I did this. I'm the cause of it, and I could have stopped it, but I didn't. And they just huddled in on me.
Dreams of power, and we need you focused for now. I want to talk to you about this later, but I think right now all I can assure you is that whatever's in the past, you only have today to correct. So if you're scared of something or you're ashamed of something, spend today being better than you were.
But what if it's not in the past? What if it's something to come?
It could be. And all you can do is set course to try and correct it.
But how can I face forward and course correct if it's going to come at me?
Fate's not something you don't have any say in. It's something you choose. You just have to know that when you get there and you face that choice, that you are confident in what you are going to do and going to choose. but images based in fear are always going to scare you. That's their job. Being entrenched in shame is a way to choose a path that's going to make you feel better in the future. And I can't solve this problem right now, but I can assure you that I know who you are and I trust who you are, and the essence of your being is somebody I want to keep alive. So stop trying to kill yourself. You're burning me. And I'm tired. And this is tough. And someday I might not be enough. So if you're not going to protect yourself as much as I know you can, then someday I'm going to fail and I can't catch you.
I don't think I was ever meant to be catched.
It doesn't matter, because I'm going to be there anyways. I would catch a falling porcupine if it meant that you would survive another day. That's my job. Both because that's what I was put onto this universe before, and that's because what Mosaic has hired me to do. You can't make me shrug this responsibility for you. So you just have to deal with the fact that this is the responsibility I'm putting on you as much as I hold it to myself. So deal with it. You're looking fine. And I'm just gonna drop his hand and walk away because I'm mad. And I've already killed him.
As soon as you feel like the last little bit of healing leave your hand, you just throw his hand down and stomp off into the jungle.
And I go sit near Spice in companion
Probably
seconds.
just been
Yeah, we're
leaning
both
against
like
the rock,
crossing our hands,
smoking
being
a
like,
cigarette,
I resent that I have to keep this man alive.
Okay. So the two of you being angry at Bubs. Bubs, you're being angry at. You're smoking a cigarette. Echo, what are you doing?
Echo's kind of like sitting down and trying to like care for their weapons that are now covered in like dino saliva from being eaten. And when Gibbs comes over, they're gonna look over and just be like,
I seem to have offended you in some way. I do apologize.
I read in your profile teamwork's not your strong suit, so I'm gonna forgive you. But the last time everyone left me alone, I blew up a space station. So just remember that, and we'll be good.
That is noted.
Thank you.
Fair warning. Heads up.
Literally true facts. You guys all left me the fuck alone.
I was on the ship. I
Yeah,
had to take care of
that's
the
okay.
ship.
Yeah, that was like bad captainship from Spice.
Gives us scars from that. Like
I know,
emotional
Spice
scars.
does too.
So, with this long rest done, where are you
Short
all?
rest.
Short rest, sorry.
Short rest, yeah.
After the 10 minutes, we should try to track down Chad
Yeah, it's not so hard. There's big old boot prints in the
with some haste.
yeah.
And I start to go.
Sure.
Spice is going to reach out with her mind within 60 feet and see if she hears any other voices around us.
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Perception 23.
Reaching out into the rainforest is chaotic. There are animals everywhere, bugs, all kinds of, even small, but together quantity of minds really overwhelms. But even with all of that, there is something just more uplifted about some of the more sentient creatures in this space. And maybe just at the periphery, although again, you're not quite sure, there is something.
Can she tell what direction it's coming from?
Yeah, sure, it's coming from the north.
Is that the direction we're headed?
You're headed northeast.
So she's just gonna kind of keep a mental tab on this. She's not gonna do anything. Well, that's a lie. She's gonna say, yeah, she's gonna yell out, "Is anyone out there?"
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
No, I left.
Other than Chad. Oops, sorry. Okay.
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
good. Diplomacy. 26.
26.
26.
Not bad, okay. With that, as you call out, still focusing on the minds around you, suddenly, probably about 40 feet away, you see an element of one of the trees kind of shift, and the bark changes color.
There she is.
And as she stretches away from this tree, you can see Rose Lashland, the bark becoming almost moss again. She smiles at you, and because it is 9:18. This is a great place for us to end. For the
Bro!
So, you guys survived a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, barely, bro. That was
tell ya.
rough.
Pathfinder, Starfinder Tyrannosaurus Rex, way worse than a 5e Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
Like
I
a
could
dragon.
Tell. Yeah, that was.
That was tough.
Yeah. I really
That was
thought we
a
were gonna
toughie.
die. I'm
I was like,
Running under
oh,
his
I
health
took a
points already.
grenade
100% sure I
and
was gonna
fucking
die.
like
There was, like,
a bunch
more
of
than one
punches
grenade.
and the power shot all to the
Yeah.
face, and it was just like, yeah, I'm fine.
He had 145 health.
And,
Oh.
yeah, and like insta hit,
That's
and
crazy.
just
Yeah,
swallow you.
insta hit.
His
Yeah.
so his that's Rose. I don't remember where I put him, but yeah, he has his damage is plus 20. He gets a plus 20 for his raw damage.
Oh my god, it makes
No.
me look like
It's like-
nothing.
Right.
It's
Yikes.
nasty.
I wouldn't survive
Whew.
3 hits from him.
Wow.
But all of you survived at least one hit from him. Well, most of you. And because this is where we're ending for the evening, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody's back next week. It is a very special week next week because it is Ari's birthday. So we'll be
Happy
celebrating.
birthday!
Birthday
So make sure that you
party,
join us for
birthday
that. However, until then, we are going to step away. If you want to see a little bit more role playing before then, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be stepping into session, I believe, 112 of Adventures in Alberon, where you all seem to be heading towards Stoneflow, although I can never really tell. So we'll see.
Probably.
But until then, please stay safe. We'll see you then. Goodbye.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Two.